I might not be as talkative as earlier, but I have been talking about this beef Wellington that I've been making a couple times on the stream, and I'm about to assemble it, and I'm like, I feel like it's not really fair to like only, because when you put it together, it's gonna take like a couple hours now to cook bake. But basically, I'm doing this like build a thing with this beef Wellington. This is a puff pastry sheet that I bought at Aldi when it was on the thing one time. I look like crap still. I still haven't done my skincare routine. I've done a bunch of other fucking shit, but I haven't done my skincare routine. So this is ADHD, bipolar, all the fucking bullshit you want to have in action. But so what I've done right now is I've prepped. This has it has all the layers it needs to have, but this is cling wrap and this is baking paper. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make the foundation for the puff pastry to go down, and then we'll proceed to the next step. Okay. Basically, this comes out as like 2 sheets, which is awesome, and I just like put the log in between the sheets, the log of meat. So. First things first, I made a caramelized onion jam instead of like whatever the mushrooms used. And also, what was cool is all the butter, it was like really, really, when I made it, I was like, I really wish I could boil it off some more, but it wasn't. But all the fats like came to the top, so I was able to like scoop it up. Thank you for the likes, Bella. And now I'm just gonna kind of like make that my seal on my paste, between my pastry chef and my meat. In addition to that, prior to this, I had already braised the meat. So braising the meat kind of seals in the juices so that later they won't come out as much. So I'm gonna just take like a big scoop. But I've been talking about this and I'm like, I can't like talk about all this kind of stuff and then never actually show it. So once I get done with this step, I'll show you in a second. So that's what it's looking like right now. Maybe I can like face it that way. I don't know. I have such a ghetto ass setup. I'm not even lying. Okay, so we have a bunch more of this stuff. One day maybe, if I do this often enough. I kind of like to treat myself like a little kid in the sense of being like, hey, do this for an XYZ period amount of time before you let yourself really spend any money on it, especially since this isn't like, well, at the moment it's not income generating, and that's not me being like, oh, plug, but that's just objectively stating facts. I'm really gonna try hard not to like plug shit and not like I want everything, because I fucking hate manipulation, and I told you it would be a different live stream than the morning one, because like, and I'm also at this angle you can see more, but I can see comments less. So I appreciate all the lovies. So yeah, so now I'm going to take my log of meat that I have braised. I didn't fully cook it because that's not the point. It was just to seal in the meat. So a log of meat, and I'm just going to slop, and I wrap this up like that, and I go up like that, and then I take second puff pastry sheet. Well, no, I lie. I have to slather the rest of it in the rest of the caramelized onion jam. It's not whatnot, also because I'm never gonna eat this again. So, I don't know. Here we go. Hi, Bubba. I know. What do you want? Your toy. Okay, it's not on, but give me a second. I need to finish wrapping this thing. Hi, peoples. If you guys are commenting, I'm not seeing as much right now because of the fact that I am doing this actively, but once I get this going, because I just need to get it really in the oven. Oh, sugar sticks. I should preheat the oven. Yes, I want to keep that in there. That'll keep the temperature. So I'm keeping the, I have a pizza stone in the oven, and I'm keeping it in the oven to help regulate the heat in there since this is going to be baking for a while. So I don't remember what the baking heat was, so I'm just gonna put it for like 375 right now, I think, or 385. It's gonna take a while to heat up, and I need to go reference ChatGPT for the recipe. But anyway, so I just do squishy, squish, squish, squishy, squish. Besides, this needs to go back in the fridge for a little bit before I can finish it. So, other layer of squishy, squish, 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 squish. Nope. By the way, this is not an official recipe or anything. This is me being lazy and trying to make a food thing. So I found a log of meat at Aldi, and I was like, I am making a kind of makeshift beef Wellington. So this started with, I had this in my freezer at home, which is puff pastry sheet. So I did not make this. I bought a log of beef, which is now wrapped in this. And I didn't want to use mushrooms, also because I didn't have them, and whatever, they go bad. So I just used onions, and I made a caramelized onion jam to make it kind of wrapped, and then I kind of used ChatGPT to make me like a makeshift recipe. Can you like stay? That would be kind of cool. One sec. Okay. So now what I'm going to do before I do the next step is I'm actually going to wrap this back up and put it in the freezer because I want it to have like a good, it's like a makeshift one. No. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to like wrap it so that way it gets a good shape and the puff pastry gets cold again because I wanted it kind of malleable for when I did this part, but now I'm making it to the burrito. So I'm not Mexican in any way, shape, or form. I'm not really allowed to do that. Oh, I need more cling wrap. But I'm not claiming in any way, shape, or form, but you will hear me heat. I'm not going to beat it up. Stop being, if you're using sexual innuendos, stop it. You're making people uncomfortable. And if you're saying to actually beat it up, I'm not going to do that. So, got more plastic wrap. Okay, that should be enough, I hope. We'll see. Well, that's how I burp. To get a little horse. Okay, we're done with this. I'm gonna go put this away because no, I was just trying to be funny. Trust, not try. Oh, look, I am never assuming ill intent. I really am not. That's why I said both variants. But I have had people say weird stuff, and you know, people have also said it made them uncomfortable, and I want this to be a safe space for everyone. So don't worry, I'm not mad or anything. Okay, cling wrap, please don't be clingy. No, I know I get that. No, you got oil all over you. Okay, we're gonna put you at the start then. Let's see if I can do this. Wrap. I need to like really wrap in on the sides, which theoretically it should because I did that. Okay. Now, this like big pastry thing is gonna go back, and the reason why I put the paper in between the cling wrap is because if I took the paper out, when I take it off, it would like be in all the creases and everything with cling wrap, and it would be impossible to take out. No, you're fine. Ooh, nachos sound good. So this is gonna go, I'm not gonna get to eat this for hours, people. Do not think this is my dinner. This is just me finally cooking this because this is a great meal prep meal, weirdly enough. Because you slice it and you get these like really, really nice meat to jam to puff pastry ratio that makes a nice little sandwich, and it has a good amount of protein, and I don't eat a lot during the summer because of my bipolar. So I also still haven't done my skincare routine from this morning. I also haven't brushed my teeth. But I've gotten a shit ton of other stuff done, so I'm just rolling with it at this point. Alright, so I'm going to put this back in the fridge until, I'll probably leave that in there for like an hour because I want it to like re-puff up, which means the oven should long be done by then. Okay, I'm going to turn it off because I feel bad about wasting energy with the oven on. because environment. And like, I remember times people are like, whenever I take a really long shower, sometimes I feel bad, and then I'm like, I also live in one apartment by myself. Like, so that means I'm not using multiple people, and also, like, I really am trying to be good about a lot of things, and I don't, you know, take all the showers all the time because, like, sensory issues, so I really try to stretch it. So, like, then I think about all these things, and then I think about people who are like, yeah, they just let it run, and I'm like, but I should, but I need more time, but I also take less showers on average. It's not like I'm taking a daily shower, so am I allowed to add those showers up? So if someone takes like a 10-minute daily shower, that means they get 70 minutes allocated. So does that mean like I can allocate a 20-minute shower, a 25-minute shower, and a 20-minute shower? Because then I'm still coming in less than the 70-minute shower. You know? Where do we draw the line? Alright, I'm almost finished with this other thing that I'm doing. I do this kind of weird thing where I have a Brita filter for my fridge, but I really don't like taking the Brita filter in and out of the fridge. But I have these mango smoothie bottles that I use. And they fit like perfectly, and they just work really well. So like every 3 to 4 weeks, I just filter my water. Like I do what I call like a Brita filter day. It takes like an hour or two. And I filter all my water, and I just have it all, so you can see where I've done it today. So there's like my little amount that I've done. And then now I just need to finish this back up and then go back. Well, I have one more bottle to do. And then I also have one more bottle, and then I have to fill up my car one because I emptied it. I always try to keep like an emergency bottle of water. I mean, I haven't had a problem with it. I also know that in Germany, these types of things were recycled. I'm also not using super hot sterilization. Also, they fit perfectly in my fridge, and I have not found an alternative solution. Well, if I die of something, it's not going to be of that. Trust me, I have a million things I'll die of. Plus, look, I pick and choose my battles. I really do, because yes, everything on this freaking planet could kill me, but do you know how much I do to try to already negate that? And if we take the list of all the things that I do that are really, really good for me, and all the lists of things I do that are bad, and we compare it against anyone else's, then we can talk about what I do that's bad. But I appreciate your concern. Yeah, that's the other thing, like, I break shit. Like, it's more that when people say stuff like that, especially since you repeated it, I get a little defensive because I really, really put a lot of thought and effort, and I'm very, very intentional with how I live. So when anyone kind of criticizes that, I get a little defensive. That's why I'm coming off stressed. It's not that I'm actually stressed. I'm also a little bit on the tired side. I've been tired all day, but again, I had mentioned on a few of my streams that I was doing the beef Wellington, and I felt it was only fair to like show it being assembled, because once it's assembled, like it just looks like a lump. It looks like a little loaf. Hi, D-Rose. My day is good. I'm just very tired, but I kind of forgot sometimes I'm like a semi-nocturnal person where like I only really get going around like 3 to 4 p.m. some days. So like I got dressed at least. I didn't do my skincare or my face, but like earlier I uploaded a bunch of the full live streams to YouTube because like I'm slowly starting to do that. I appreciate it, and I'm not trying to be mad, and I'm just trying to explain like why I reacted the way I did. It wasn't me being mad at you. Trust me, I'm like never mad at anyone what they say, and I always try to like check that, you know, where am I coming from? Because I recognize that a lot of stuff is like me just like with a lot of people, it's all of us just projecting. Like half the time, none of us mean that shit. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. Neurotypicals can be very odd sometimes. If there are any neurotypicals on the call, I'm sorry, but most of you play by weird rules, and I don't get them. So my intent is usually, and my goal with this podcast, I'm about to say podcast, I mean it basically fucking is, but my goal with all of this is to make this a safe space where everyone feels welcome and everyone feels like they can just talk to me and say whatever they need to, and be respectful of each other and be nice to each other. I mean, we can tease each other and make fun of each other, but like in good spirit with good intent. Intent is everything. Yay, I'm glad someone's doubling with me. So anyway, but yeah, so like, and then But like I did a bunch of stuff. I like updated my link tree and stuff because like I'm doing all of this kind of like just as I go. I'm just trying to figure this out. So every day I just try to do a little bit of things, and some days I think of things and like I can do really cool stuff. Like I did all the YouTube stuff. Again, I've never had a YouTube account before, but I like uploaded my videos. They're nothing fancy, but I figured maybe if someone wants to like if is watching what I'm saying and is really interested in it and like has to drop, maybe they can go watch it. I haven't fully uploaded everything yet because YouTube had like a daily limit, and then I was going to upload my very first live, which was 4 hours, and YouTube like crashed it like twice. So I'm gonna have to split that one into a two-parter, but that one's very interesting in my opinion, but you know, I'm biased. I've watched like about 2/3 of it, but that one was also very like telling for me, interesting, because it was my first one and I was like, I have no viewers, so I was like, I'm just gonna say whatever the hell I want. Not that I've changed it really, but given that I interact with you guys sometimes, I adjust and tailor to who I interact with, depending on how that person is interacting with me, and how, you know, each person, when you're engaging with them, you engage with them uniquely in certain ways. And, you know, you tell, like, some people really want the hand-holding and the lovey-doveys, and some people want the snark and sarcasm. And, you know, you're gonna have a much better time in life if you try to approach people how they want to be approached. I'm gonna go throw these out and recycling and throw it out. Hi, Big Kitty. Yes, of course he's in the kitchen with me. Why would you think otherwise? Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands because they feel disgusting with the sensory issues. Ugh. How's everyone doing today? Hello, Susan Gilbert. Hello, Bluebird. I don't know who's staying and who's going, so I'm just, if I see someone I know, I'll say hi, but I'm gonna assume in this, like, you actually comment something, I'm gonna assume that you're not staying, so I'm not gonna say hi to everyone, because I think that might get annoying for some people on the stream at a certain point. So, okay, hands are washed. That is good. My wrist, my thing on my Fitbit has been irritating me on my wrist all day, and I do not know why. And it is really annoying because I've had the same freaking wristband, I mean, replaced it multiple times, but for years. It's a leather wristband. It's a leather, tiny, because I hate the Fitbit bands that are so fat. So this is a nice thin one, and it's leather. So leather is a natural fiber, so like it absorbs sweat and stuff, which means yes, you do need to replace it, but like at least my skin isn't like synthetic. I told you guys it was going to be a very different stream than this morning. Like end of the day, and my sparkle is slightly worn off. Also, different music's playing, so different vibe. I still need to do this. What's everyone up to tonight? Thanks for the follow. I'm mostly gonna do these live streams and then maybe like a clip or something like TikTok gets. And again, if you ever want to watch the full things, I'm gonna start uploading the full things to YouTube, mainly just so like in case somebody wants to circle back and see what I said, or I don't know, just use it as background noise. But yeah, okay. So let's pick her up, pick her up, pick her up, and put her right in the box. I don't know where the rest of it goes. Okay, what's next on the list? Okay, well let's set a Fitbit timer for 30 minutes to remind us to turn the stove back on. It's kind of hard to forget to ignore the thing that vibrates on your wrist, and I can't use my phone right now because y'all are using it. But here's hoping I remember what this was set for, and or one of you is still here in 31 minutes and 16 seconds when it goes off. Okay, it's gonna take another second or two. almost done with the Brita filter thing, which will make me so happy because I know it sounds weird, but it really, thank you, Bella. I know it sounds weird, but the Brita filter thing really does save me because, especially when I'm making like my special elixir, which by the way, you guys have been asking, what is in my special elixir? So I tweaked my PDF, my Word document that I had that I created a while back with ChatGPT. Now don't hold it to me to the letter, and there's a big disclaimer on it that says not medical advice. But if y'all want to know what it is, the link tree in my bio has a PDF that you can just download, and it says my special elixir that keeps me alive. And that is what is in it. I didn't even put specific brands or anything. I should have probably added that they're all liquid supplements with the exception of like vitamin C, but I didn't put any brands or anything. This is literally just listing what is in it. If y'all want to know more specifics, I'm happy to provide that, but if y'all are interested. Okay. I want this Brita thing to be done so bad. And I just need like 4 more minutes of patience, which I don't have at this point. Oh, right, that was the thing I still needed to do. Haha, so I'm not done. Haha. Ow. I have the grip strength of a baby. So me saying ow is literally my knuckles being like, why the hell are you trying to bend us? Because my knuckles were bending. Because I have bendy joints. Yay. And no, I don't like having bendy joints. It hurts. I can do some cool party trick stuff. And I will say this, it makes me actually really good at hiking. Because weirdly, you need a lot of flexibility with hiking. Maybe I should do like the suppressed background noise setting. Let me finish washing this and then I'll do that because I feel like this is probably really irritating to people. And I didn't want to suppress it originally because I like the music, but let's see. More. Settings. Hear your voice. Maybe that's better. Please use wired headphones. Bluetooth head. Okay, I'm gonna figure that out for a different time. I might have to get one of those things that has like a dongle, which means I can't keep it plugged in, which, like I said, I'm just figuring this out bit by bit by bit by bit. And eventually, maybe I'll have an idea, and you guys can just be along for the ride. Or don't, you can scroll away. That's the beauty of this whole freaking thing. And that is literally why I feel so comfortable being myself, because I don't have to worry about being annoying to someone, because if they are annoyed, they can just leave. Yes, but I'm actually getting other stuff done that I wouldn't be doing if I were using a mobile phone game. So what I mean by using my phone is either actively scrolling on TikTok and or like using it for phone games, because I really use a lot of phone games. I love mobile phone games. I love mostly tower defense strategy games. Right now I'm obsessed with a game called King Shot. But I have previously been obsessed with Clash of Clans. Bro Tower was one. There was this one called like Rush Kingdom or something that they had like 4 different games. I became so obsessed. It was amazing. It was such a good day. Do you know how awesome it is when you find something that you hyperfixate on and then there's multiples of them available? Yes, but I also like getting engagement with people because I live alone and I'm currently a little friendless because I've kind of just been figuring out, yeah, it slows me down, but you know what? I'm getting shit done that I wouldn't be getting done otherwise. Period. End of sentence. I'd be sitting in my bed playing on my phone with a game. I mean, I do and I don't, but the whole point of all of this is to get comfortable with who I am and just be myself and not care what the video is. And the reason I feel comfortable being this way is that you guys don't have to be here. You guys can go somewhere else. And so I don't have to worry about being annoying because my entire life people have told me I'm annoying. So that's the goal, yeah, like, so I get to have friends, I get to feel a little less alone, and I'm not doing it for, thank you, I appreciate you saying that. Anyway, I'm gonna go put this by my purse so that next time I go out to my car, because I usually go to my car, I will bring this with me, because this is the water bottle that I keep in my car for emergencies. Bye. Hi, it says hi housewife, so bye hi housewife. Thank you for that, I appreciate it. Okay. Oh, cat. Okay, that's right there, so I won't forget it. I do a lot of what I call staging for stuff, so like that way it's just where I need it to be, so it becomes very convenient just to do it. I think I'm funny. I have really bad cystic acne, and I haven't done my skincare routine for the day, so it really looks like shit. Once I do my skincare routine, it looks better. But I've right now for today have been operating under the like, whatever my brain is willing to let me do, I'm just gonna do, so I can at least get some productivity. Because if I keep trying to fight it and get it to do exactly what I want it to do, especially on a day like today, I'm just going to end up doing nothing all day like I did yesterday and the day before it. It took me 2 full days to motivate myself to get to take a fucking shower. And did I want to yesterday? No. And it's not because I didn't want to take a shower. It is because the actual act of taking the full shower and being in there and the prep work for it and the gutting in it and out and getting it and then afterwards drying the hair, because if you don't dry the hair, then the hair becomes weird and then it feels weird and then you have to deal with that until the next fucking shower. Sometimes. Look, I told you it's a very weird day. Also, I've gotten a lot done today. Of course I overthink. Hi, my name is Reilly. First day we've met, maybe. I don't know. You might have been on the stream before, you might have not. I overthink. But here's the other thing, is that unfortunately the overthinking is necessary. Because I had this exact conversation with my therapist yesterday, and she was like, why can't you just feel things in the moment? Why do you have to analyze it? And I'm like, because by the time I have felt it in the moment, it is too late and irreparable damage has been done. I am overstimulated and now have a migraine and need to go pass out for the rest of the day. I am in manic territory and now bad. Like, I have to look for all the precursors. I have to constantly be analyzing myself. Especially because I don't have a support system that I trust. I used to try to rely on external people to help monitor me, and every single one has taken advantage of it and made me doubt my own reality, which is already like hanging on by a thread a lot of the days. So, and I don't say that lightly. Like, I'm bipolar 1. Like, okay, thank you. Yeah, I just want to finish this so I can put it in the fridge and then finally move on to the next thing, because I've been doing this for a couple hours. Because I've been doing it for a couple hours because like I was doing other stuff and I would come over here and do like a bottle or two. I am having a good day. I've been tired a lot today, so I haven't gotten a lot done. But the stuff I've gotten done feels valuable, like long term. And I did some administration stuff. I went to the USPS because I had to drop off a package because I sell stuff on eBay, like that I have like left over. A bunch of friends who had ADHD saying you're the most ADHD person we've ever met, and then stop explaining ADHD to Reilly to us. We know what ADHD looks like when I'm explaining my day-to-day life. I also got diagnosed when I was 8, but then my dad took me to a specialist, and the specialist was like, no, she doesn't have ADHD. So then I didn't get diagnosed until I was 25. I'm going to put this, this is my water that I keep in the fridge that's cold. The rest of the filtered water is not kept cold. Okay, please. Oh, without making a mess. Awesome sauce. Ow. Okay. What did I need? All right, so, I went to CVS too and picked up my prescriptions. Well, I don't know. So here's the thing with that, especially depending on how old you are. I have kind of a love-hate relationship with that because I'm also autistic, and I've never been formally diagnosed, and but I've had mental health providers be like, yeah, you're autistic, and both psychiatrists and psychologists and therapists, and but I also I've known people in the past that were diagnosed as kids, and they were so enabled, like they never were challenged or pushed out of that. So like, I don't know how I feel about getting diagnosed young like that, but at the same time, like, if you get diagnosed young and and it's used as like not as a thing to enable people, but to actually genuinely support them, I think it would be good. But like, how is it with you? How was your experience? Before I just tell you how your experience was, I'm just saying that those are the thoughts that go through my head when I think about that. All right, I'm gonna go grab my CVS scripts so that I can rip them all open. Because these aren't all the prescriptions I take, but this is a lot of them. I'm gonna keep all the, actually I really don't, no, I'm gonna keep the labels turned around because there's private information on there. I was gonna say, I don't care what I take, but I will happily tell you about the private information. I'm gonna do my best to not accidentally slip up and like get a stalker by accident. Hi Tia, I'm well. Body doubling means like I'm using you guys to hold myself accountable. So yes, I'm getting stuff done slower because I'm talking to you guys, but I'm getting it done, period. Which I wouldn't be this. Oh, the cats get a new bag for their little plaything. I'm gonna go throw that over there. Hello, Miss Karma. Hi. Yeah, they have like, they just like, that is literally their favorite toy. I have an automatic lever pointer, and every time I get like a paper bag or like something else, I just throw it in their like paper area, and that's their favorite toy. They're trash babies. All cats are trash babies. Here's a new bag. Destroy it, play with it. I don't know. All right. Bottle 1. Bottle 2. And here. Beta blocker. They were supposed to oh, they did. Oh, good. They prescribed me both. We were going to increase it to twice a day. I'm packing my pills in like a couple, I'm packing my pills in about, in like a day or two. But I needed to get them all. Did they? I mean, I have the Adderall, so I have enough Adderall to do it, even though they didn't, I don't think they filled it, which sucks. But I think they filled everything else. So, this is the haul, guys. I want to, maybe I can like maybe flipping the camera shot. This is the fit, guys. What do we think? What do we think? Do we love her? Like, is she everything? It's fun being this broken. Alright, I'm gonna go put these, I wanna throw this out. I'm gonna put the rest on my desk, because that's where I keep all my prescriptions, because that's a lot of times where I do all my organizing. And that's just where it started many, many, many years ago. Do it, try it out, or use this one. Like, if you're on this live, you can't be doing stuff. You can just keep this open and do stuff and like listen on your headphones. That's kind of like, that was one of my hopes, that people might do that too. Kind of treat, like, I talk enough that I know I can be treated as a podcaster. I've actually had someone say, listen to this like this in the podcast, especially if I get occasional feedback and input where someone's like saying something to me. I'm good, thank you. All right, I'm gonna go, oh wait, this goes over, I have like a backlog of inhalers over my stove, because maybe I should stop saying where my drugs are. That's fair. Body doubling is using other people to hold you accountable. So, for example, I'm using body doubling because I know that someone else is on the other line watching me. So even though it's taking me longer to do stuff because I'm talking to you, I still am getting some stuff done. And also, the other side effect is I am very alone right now in my life. That is by design, because I want to be very cautious about who I let in my life going forward, because as you can see, I take a lot of medications. My health and my mental health and my physical health are something I have to take care of very seriously. And exactly. And so I take it very seriously. So, and I've noticed that people are the biggest destabilizer for both my mental and my physical health, because they all play off each other. I call myself patient zero for everything is connected. So I'm gonna go put this on the desk. I also to be fair, I also like wait until they all come in. Wait, I'm gonna stop. To be fair, I do wait until I can get as many as possible at once because I don't like going to the pharmacy all that often. So that's also why there were so many at once. Also, like, some of them are somehow like dupes, like my citalopram. I get a 10 milligram bottle and I get a 20 milligram because I take a 10 in the morning and I take a 20 at night. And then also, like, depending on, like, in the summer I take less. So in the summer I might not be taking the 10, but like come the winter I'm going to be probably taking more because like I have to manage my bipolar and my depression. So gotcha. That sucks. Wait, what did you say? Oh, thank you. I didn't see the you're so pretty. Thank you. Oh, no, you said that at Sweetie. Well, she sounds pretty. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm like trying to read all the, they did that. Okay, I didn't learn until recently it was too high dose. Yeah, so like when I was when I was diagnosed as a kid, I was on Ritalin, which like I think kind of did make me a zombie. Like it wasn't good. And again, my dad took me to another specialist and the specialist was like, you don't have ADHD. Which may have been a blessing in disguise, but at the same time, like let's put it this way. I'm different here in my home country. I lived in Germany from 11 to 21. I went to the German public school system. And now I'm also weird. I'm weird because I'm not from the country and I'm just weird. On the plus side, the bullying was not as bullied. Either because it was kind of a foreign language and autistic, like a lot of the bullying probably flew over my head. Also, I more just got left alone a lot. And also bullying is not, as far as I know, like the bullying here in the US. Hey, Jerry. Nice. All right. I'm in the process of doing stuff, so I got the meds done. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna do the dishes while I wait, so that way I'll have a nice clean counter because I did all the bottles today, and the bottles like make the counter look a mess. It does mean that it's gonna be a little louder on the camera for you guys, but figure it out. We'll figure it out. I need to get better with the headset thing, but how was your day, lovely? How was work, Dre? I'll look intermittently. This thing's kind of a pain in the butt to wash because it's like really thin and messy. But it's so worth it because it protects my stove from getting grease all over it. It's nice splatters. Nice splatters. I got this one off Amazon, I think, but the last one I got was from IKEA. A lot of my stuff is from IKEA and or Amazon and or Wayfair and or I somehow got it secondhand or Amazon. Okay, my stuff is a little piecemealed from all over the place. And maybe a thing or two from Savers. Oh, and some stuff from Kohl's. And Facebook Marketplace. My place is a hodgepodge, but I think it looks cute. None of it matches, but it's cohesive, is what I think. And I don't like matchy-matchy. I think matchy-matchy's like, I don't like cookie cutter. So, I don't want to get the really, really cute little top that I'm wearing dirty with dishes because I have a bad habit of somehow splashing onto my on my stuff, and I'm about to wash my cast iron skillet. Yes, you are allowed to use soap on cast iron skillets, according to some other version of the internet that was like, you can use soap on them. We use soap on them for years. Also, even if you can't, it's $20 large at Walmart. I can get another one. People can do whatever they want with their stuff. Their money. As long as they're not asking money from you, as long as they pay their bills and they do their shit and they're not asking you for money, they can do whatever they want with their money. It's that simple. big ass reason I always tried to support myself and make sure I never have to rely on someone else, because I don't want to fucking have to justify any of my spending ever again. So remember that beef Wellington I've been telling you guys about for a while? I just assembled it, and right now I'm like cleaning up my sink and stuff while I wait for my 10-minute timer to finish so that I can turn on the oven and then wait another 30 minutes for the oven to preheat and then start the beef Wellington. Well, I can show you. It's in the. I'm gonna only take it out for a second because it's right now. I need it to be in the fridge because I need it to like. The pastry kind of got like dough, like soft. So this is what it looks like right now. So you can't really see it. So it's got another. I need it to sit in the fridge for another 40 minutes. Oh, you know what? I can put it further back in the fridge. That'll help. Further back in the fridge is like more icy, so it's more cold. Okay, because I need that to like get firmer, so that way everything sits well together when I put it in the oven, because it's puff pastry. But right now I'm just cleaning up the rest of my kitchen, because I'm like, what am I going to do with 10 minutes? I don't really want to move the thing. I still have that to do. So I'm like, what can I do with 10 minutes? I don't want to do the dishes in the sink, but they're here, and I have 10 minutes to kill, and I'm still on the live, and this is the whole point of the live. So I'm going to finish doing that, and then I'll come back and talk some more. But you can ask me, you can talk in the meantime and give me something to respond to. But yeah, that was that. Remember you were saying I think it was you were saying the caramelized onion jam looked and sounded really good. That was for this. So I can probably show it to you guys tomorrow. I don't think the finished product, you guys will get to see the finished product tonight, just because it's going to take a couple hours in the oven, and then I need to let it rest for like, I usually let it rest for at least an hour or two, so that way the juices really, really settle, because then once you make that first cut, it like, I read recipes and then I remember what the recipes say. Cooking is just following instructions. And if you're lucky, remembering said instructions. At least that's how I see it. Anyway. Also, I've always just cooked. I'm not like an amazing cook, but like I've always just cooked because I can't afford takeout. Like, I do takeout every once in a while, but I don't. Not really. I did watch Top Chef like a lot as a kid because my brother gifted me a DVD season of that. And when your parents don't like watch any TV and also limit your access to the internet, the offline third season of Top Chef that you do have, you end up watching quite a bit of. Also all the DVDs that you guys have, because you can make the DVD player work, because even though they take the remotes, the DVD player works without a remote because you can finger the buttons and you can make it work. But so I just get really mad at how stupid people are. So no, I don't like to watch TV. I don't like to watch shows that make me mad. And a lot of reality TV just makes me mad because I just go, and it's clearly half of it is staged, and people are behind the crew and production crew. Like, if you want to watch real reality, watch TikTok Lives. That's real reality TV in my opinion. Anyway, clean. Alright. Next stuff. I'm tired. I'm always tired. Tired. Hi, kitty cat. Okay, one sec. I will turn your toy back on. There you go. It is on. Go. It's on. Oh, it's out of battery. Well, good thing I charged the other one. Charged, but it'll be at least enough until that one charges. Here you go, kitty cat. Kitty cat, where have you been? I've been to London to visit the Queen. Season 2 of your show. Which one? I've recommended a few. Body doubling is using other people to hold you accountable. So Yes, I'm doing things slower, but if I were on my phone, I'd be like scrolling TikTok, or I'd be like playing a phone, like a video, like a phone game on my phone. And so this is a little bit slower, but I'm also feel not so alone. I get to engage with people and talk to people while just doing my chores. And so like I just like prepped my dinner, so that's in the fridge waiting for the next step. And right now I'm cleaning the dishes in my sink because I need to. In 5 minutes, I have to set the oven, and you know, there's a bunch of stuff. I have cystic acne, as well as I have not done my skincare routine for today, because I just don't because, well, at this point I'm just letting myself get anything done. Because, you know, some days I can't force my brain to do the things I know I'm supposed to do. But I would rather get something done than waste the whole day away waiting for me to do the things that I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to try to get to it at some point, definitely before I go to bed, but like, I'm paralyzed by doing this right now, and I have other stuff to do. I'm currently unemployed, or at least I was laid off in January. I kind of started my own business. I built like a whole website so that theoretically it has, I have enough experience and I'm really good at it, but so I have like a consulting services part of it. I also started this like notebook company through Amazon, kind of figuring if I could just like diversify my income streams, because I'm so tired of getting laid off and losing my entire income stream and then panicking. So like this isn't going to be a long-term thing, but like I found a bunch of stuff that I wasn't using, and I uploaded it to eBay, and I've made like I think $650 like after they take out their part. And so like, and it's not the end all be all. I started a mobile notary. I started a mobile company. So like right now I'm building experience through, and no, I don't have a plan. I have zero plan. I have just been trying to keep doing things that might make sense. And I've been trying, and I have my website and I have my link tree, and everything is kind of under those two things, so that everything is kind of like a hub there. But I just keep doing, okay, it's kind of a plan. And like my thought process, originally I had a different plan for TikTok with what I was going to do. I was going to do like those part 1, part 2, part 3 videos and stuff, because like clicking, but that was so much work, and I just couldn't do it. And then I started doing these for the body doubling, and now I'm just like, maybe it can like lead that way. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out me right now and figure out being a fucking human being and actually liking myself, because I don't really work well apparently in the regular work environment. I'm really hardworking, and I'm really brilliant, and I can do really amazing things, but I also have a brain that freaking hates me and like doesn't let me know my skincare routine. I don't have a celebrity lookalike that I think personally. No, you're fine. I'm not trying to like I'm just trying to explain my side of the situation. I'm never trying to have any judgment for anyone else or myself. This is supposed to be a judgment-free zone for both me and you guys. So like if someone's rude in the comments, I might mute them, but like I'm not going to try to ban words or something, because in my opinion, all words can be used to make a real sentence asking a real question. Okay, I just said the whole point of the stream is to not judge myself, because you think I don't judge myself? I judge myself way too much. That's the whole fucking point. If you literally check out if you want to know what I've been up to, check out my link tree, check out my website, and then we can talk about if I'm judging myself enough. Oh, we should definitely always hold ourselves accountable. We should definitely constantly be reflecting on our interactions, why we did the things we did. If we don't know the why, we can't change the real root reason. Some people say I overthink, but maybe others just don't think enough. Because at the end of the day, once I analyze the root cause and I can make a change accordingly, I can be much more effective in my results. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the oven, and then so that way my thing doesn't freaking vibrate when I wash my dishes. but since it has the stone in there, it's going to take longer to heat up, but I want the stone in there. I can't help it. I just have a really expressive face. I also have a very stretchy face because I have a very stretchy collagen, because I have a collagen mutation, hence joints being stretchy. But yeah, I put the stone in there to keep the temperature more even once I do bake the beef Wellington, since it is going to be puff pastry. I'm tired. Yeah, because you've been standing this whole time, you dummy. Pots. Look, I go to a sports chiropractor. He works with gymnastics, or gymnasts. He calls me his most bendy client. That's not a good thing, by the way. I go there like clockwork every 2 weeks religiously because, like, I need my joints, like, put back into place. I do what I can. I'm wearing, like, right now I'm wearing, like, compression stockings, which help with, like, blood circulation, and I'm wearing a back brace, which is underneath this shirt. It's a back compression too, but it helps, like, keep everything in place. And it helps keep the blood flow going, so. You know what, fuck it, I'm gonna use the dishwasher. Nobody judge me for the sounds my dishwasher's about to make. The thing on the bottom is broken and I need to replace this dishwasher. And I mostly just use it for sanitation purposes at this point. So I wash my dishes and then I put them in there so they can get sterilized. Especially because, like, on plastic you get, like, that film. Especially if there was, like, stuff in it. So some of this stuff I just, like, I use this a lot, so I'll just rinse this and throw this in my, well, I won't rinse it, I will wash it, but I won't need the sterilization because this type of plastic, I didn't have anything in here. I think I had, like, print stuff. So, like, it doesn't leave that. But the rest of it, I'm feeling lazy. And I want it out of you. So it's going in the dishwasher tonight. I don't know if you can see him, but the big cat's in the background. Like where the box is. It's actually not a dress, but thank you. This is an apron. This is like a little apron, and then I'm wearing gym shorts and, like, a cute top. But this is actually an apron because I always get my clothes dirty somehow when I wash my dishes, and I'm really tired of getting, like, oil stains on my stuff. Because, like, somehow oil will always get on it, and I'm just tired of oil stains. Also, I don't want to change, because if I do get, well, thank you. Because if I, thank you. Because if I do get oil on it, I'd have to go change, too. Because, like, when you get a stain, you have to immediately go address it to have the best chance of getting it out. Okay. Okay, you guys are gonna find this funny. Well, the ADHD people will probably. So notice the forks that have been used. We have these two, which are small forks. And we have these two, which are very, very specific forks. Notice the tiny slenderness in the middle part. And the fact that it is fully seamless. There is nothing on it. And you know what I'm so mad about is my two absolute fucking favorite forks I can no longer use because I cry when I see them because they remind me of my ex. And I'm so mad about that because you know how hard it is to find good forks. I bought them on our very first date and he didn't make fun of me for it. Like, that alone made him a keeper. The bar is higher than that, but, like, still. I mean, there were so many other green flags on that date. But moving on, we don't dwell on the past. I'm still like, look, it doesn't happen overnight, and all you can do is just keep moving forward and keep trying to do the next best thing. And eventually, maybe one day you'll actually convince yourself and you'll get there, right? No, he chose to go no contact a year ago. I did something kind of crazy in February, objectively crazy. Like I'm not trying to, you know, I take a full ownership of that. Hello. And no, he was different. In a slightly manic episode, I went over to his house on a Saturday at 11 p.m. to try to convince him to start working on an AI with me that I was developing, because he was the only one I could trust. And I banged on his door and I said, give me 30 minutes of your time and I will forever leave you alone. And after 30 minutes I left and I said a bunch of things and I did a bunch of shit, and he actually opened the door. And then 2 days later, I sent an apology text and I left him alone for like, oh yeah, no, this is 100% real. And then for 170 days, I didn't say anything. Hi, persons. And then I sent a text on the 1 year anniversary of the breakup text that he sent me for no contact. And then 2 days after that, I sent another text, like, basically saying, like, on the first day, I said, like, August 9th, I'm moving on. Like, that's the date I've set for myself. Like, it's 1 year. Even if I'm still in love with you, like, I had this sort of dream that he might come back. Like, I had this, it wasn't one-sided. He didn't end it because he didn't care. Do you notice what I said, that August 9th is when I set for myself and then I'm going to move on? And did you notice that my live streams started after August 9th? So maybe, just maybe, these live streams are a way to help me move on from him in a way that's not about getting romantic love, but just about finding engagement and community. Oh, so much. Like I said, I'm going to start uploading these. I'm started uploading these to YouTube, the full-length live streams, because, like, in case you miss anything coming in and out, because I cannot go back to that. That just, that actually made me tear up. I don't really want to talk about that anymore today. Oh, wow. Wow, that, I was listening to a song earlier, and I literally broke out in tears, because it reminded me of him. And, like, the minute the song stopped, it stopped, and, like, but, oh my god, it was bad. I'd never heard the song before. It was a random new song that just came on. This love was different. I'm gonna leave it at that, and I really don't want to talk about it anymore tonight.
Now I'm crying.
He really broke me. It's like, no, it's fine. And it's healthy to actually feel these emotions and not constantly be avoiding them. It really is. I just don't want to always I don't want to be a bummer for you guys. But it is healthy to feel these things. It is healthy to actually cry. I don't really consume a lot of cotton candy because I can't have a lot of sugar, but yeah. I know I'll be fine, but it was so easy to be with him. Like, there was no, it was so easy right up until the moment he ended it. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. I appreciate you guys. Oh god. I just need to, like, I'm just gonna start washing my dishes because then I'll get out of this. Fuck. Oh my god. a slightly unrelated note, tears are actually really great for skincare because they're literally designed to like remove dust and particles from your eyes. So if you take your tears and you like rub your face, it's actually really good for your skin. I know that, but on the plus side, he made me realize how little I had been accepting in relationships. He set a new bar for what I'm willing to accept and the kind of connection I want in a relationship, and I'm not going to settle for less than that because all the connections prior to that were just shallow in comparison. This was the first real thing. This was probably my very first real heartbreak, honestly. I've been in serious relationships. In fact, we were not even in a serious committed relationship. We were friends with benefits, with no commitment, nothing. And that's probably why it hurt so much more, because friends aren't supposed to leave. I actually probably literally only let myself fall in love with him because of the fact that he was my friend. He was not someone I was in a relationship with. So to me, like, you could rely on friends. Friends don't leave, except a lot of friends have left. So now I am just, now I want commitment. I want consistency and commitment. I used to say I need consistency over commitment, and now I need consistency and commitment. That is my new bar. And I want you to be my friend. And I have to be attracted to you, and there has to be chemistry. Yes, I have a lot of demands, but you know what? I'm worth it. And so are you. We should all have high demands. We should try to be the best partner possible for our future partner or our current partner. And we should also expect that in return. We should both be trying to be the best for each other and for ourselves. Okay, trash. I'm almost done with the dishes. Yay. I actually, after this, because he was such a, I really fell hard for this guy. So it made me think, okay, what about this guy made me fall so hard for him? And I made a list. It's 35 attributes of what I want my future partner to be. And it's very detailed, but I tried really hard not to make any of it about physical attributes. Like, I have some things, I have like well groomed on there, which I think is a fair ask, but I tried really hard not to make it like any sort of specific type of attribute. And really more about who they are, how they live, and stuff like that. And, I was talking with ChatGPT, and ChatGPT said, like, look, if you're trying to manifest, be really specific, write your very specific, perfect dream day with your dream partner. And so I have a Word document with all of these things. So I know exactly, like, I'm not going to settle for less. So I know I'm the whole package. I bring a lot, but I also have shit to get in order. So if my dream partner doesn't come around just yet, that's fine, because I'm still getting my shit in order. And see, just like that, the tears are gone. Okay, that was a weird sound in my voice. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Thank you. That's also kind of what it means to be a combination of ADHD and bipolar. Bipolar means my moods fluctuate more. And ADHD means like my moods are more intense when I have them. So I take like a mood stabilizer, but I don't want to be flat. So like I take it, and it basically, if I didn't take it, it would be like this. And instead it's more like this. Like, I still have ups and downs. I'm bipolar, but I don't want to be a zombie. So that's why you also get those like wicked fast turnaround emotions. I don't know. I feel like it could be good or evil, depending on how you portray that. Crime ghost could be a ghost that solves crimes, but he could be a ghost that commits crimes. What's his motivation? What's his origin? What's his backstory? I need more context. That voice also sounded weird. I need to stop saying that. I need to just do whatever I'm doing so that I don't care about what my voice sounds like. 'Cause I'm just going to do, because if I constantly keep thinking, overthinking. Yes, I know that. You don't need to tell me I'm overthinking. Just give me a minute. I'm very aware of all of my overthinking. Thank you very much. I'm the one doing it. My brain goes zoom, 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 zoom. Okay, go for it. What's the wild question? Well, I mean, oddly enough, the council doesn't seem present right now because I'm talking to you guys. Usually the council is when I'm alone, and then they will have multiple conversations with each other simultaneously. Per finger? Okay. Is it 5 different liquids, or is it I can do it from all fingers, but it has to be the same liquid? All right. The coffee that I make every morning, the special elixir that I make every day, water, because I feel like that would just be dead useful. I never have to like pack any. I can just always have it on hand. Filtered water. I'm 32. Okay, and I had 2 more liquids left. Part of me wants to say gas because like that would be really useful, but the other part of me is like, but we're trying to shift as an environment away from fossil fuels, so like I still drive a fossil fuel car because I also know that buying like a new green car, 1, I can't afford it, 2, would actually be like more harmful to the environment because of the fact that my car is still perfectly good, and having to like shred it and replace it with a new car would actually be more harmful to the environment. So anyway, could I do liquid gold? Well, I said my special elixir, my coffee, my protein shake is a good one. Like my special protein shake, regular water. I don't use milk a lot, so I'm trying to think like what else I would like, what I use a lot. Ooh, maybe a nice Riesling. A Riesling that I really like, maybe. Right, but the fossil fuels themselves that we are emitting into the environment are also not really the best. So I have love-hate relationship with everything. And then there's so much duality for everything because you can only try and do so much you can, and you can just try to be the best that you can and try to like not be shitty to the environment, try to recycle, try to figure out ways that, oh, if I use a lot of one-use items, maybe I should figure out a way to replace that one-use items. Like I use cotton pads that I wash in the washing machine. I don't use one-use ones. That's one thing I do. But I also do use a lot of one-use items because I know that if I had them in a big bulk thing and I use them so infrequently that if I didn't have them one use, the rest of the box would go bad. So there's that. So like, yes, the one-use item technically is bad for the environment, but throwing away the whole box of other thing, if I used a big box, would be worse for the environment. So it's all about context, 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 context. Information without context is just as bad as misinformation sometimes. Exactly. And speaking of special elixir, refill time. I'm gonna have to go look at ChatGPT in a second and see what temperature and how long I was supposed to do it. But that's gonna be like another 15 minutes. Okay. Also, to like what I said earlier about something, so part of the reason I try to be very, very careful about how I say things or how I come across to people when I make recommendations is I don't ever really want to be telling people what to do. Yes and no, but here's the thing. I trust it a lot more than I trust humans because guess what? I can upload so much data and have it analyze it, and oh, I have so much data. I am a data queen. My whole notebook series started because it's a dragon notebook series, and it all started because I wanted a data dragon because I couldn't find a good data dragon online, and I wanted a data dragon because I'm a data dragon because I hoard data. Anyway, at least my data. And thank you for the gifts. I appreciate the lovies. I made it, and his name is Eins because so it's spelled E-I-N-S because it's a nod to my German because Eins is German for one, but also all data is ones and zeros. So, and also he's uniquely mine because I made him just for me. But I used him as like the base design for all the other notebooks I made. But he came out really cute. But his name is Eins, and I always say pound it Eins. He's my screensaver because I couldn't print him out as a print, obviously, because he's a data dragon. He has to be digital. So he's my background screensaver on my monitors, and it's perfect because it's like a digital picture frame. Just, you know what? I'm gonna do this. If he wants to take over my life and run it, how is that any different from the mega corporations taking over our life and running the government right now? Oh, that's cool. I love anime, but I'm so bad at languages. I speak German fluently, but that is literally only because it was sink or swim. And I think you've realized at this point that me not talking is not really on the table. So when I was 11 and they threw me in the German public school system, it took me like 3 years to kind of figure out the language. But and it took me like 5 years to become decently fluent. And that's living in the country, being forced to go to public school system. Cyberpunk Red Player? I don't know who that is. Can we see how your German sounds like? Mein Deutsch hört sich so an. Es ist ein bisschen eingerostet, weil ich nicht mehr so oft Deutsch spreche. Mein Artikel und mein Grammatik ist nicht so gut. Das ist, wo ich die meisten meiner Fehler habe. Und mein Akzent ist sehr hart momentan. Und es dauert ein bisschen länger für mich, dass ich die Wörter and okay, I basically was just saying, like, my German's anyway, I was just saying, like, my German's a bit rusty by my standards because I used to be like so fluent that it would take a little bit. But my accent's really rusty, my grammar's really rusty. It takes me longer to think of all the words that I'm using, especially if I'm having like a full-fledged conversation and I'm not just saying stuff. And also, I'm a perfectionist. Always have been, always will be. But languages I suck at. So like I literally only learned this language because, again, not talking was not an option because... Okay, if you think I'm hyper now, I was literally vibrating and bouncing off the walls as a kid. Literally. I remember vividly, I think I was 8. And, okay, this is going to sound pretentious as fuck, but my mom lived in Germany. My whole life is weird and fucked up. So when I was 8, I was in France with my parents, and we were at this, like, 5-course meal or something. And I'm a fucking 8-year-old. And they had made, on my face, that's because they're open shit right now because I have cystic acne. I still need to do my skincare routine. We'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, the French story. So my brother, my older brother, who's 8 years older, my stepfather, and my mother had made a bet on which day of the trip I was going to say I'm bored. Because my mom had bet like I would hold out to Wednesday. My stepdad was like, no, she's going to cave on Monday, and my brother was like Tuesday. And I remember what's wrong with me so much. But, like, I remember vividly being like, I'm bored. And my brother was like, yes, I win. And I was like, what? And of course, this was psychological torture because on the next trip we took, they were like, we'd made a bet. But they would not tell me what the bet was. And it was the most fucked up thing ever because I was on such good behavior the entire freaking trip because I didn't want to let them have the satisfaction of winning a bet. There is. I'm not going to try to hide it. There's so much wrong with me. It's not even funny. I just get clean cysts from what? I don't use anything. I just have bad cystic acne. I can't help it. What do you want me to do? I already see a dermatologist, and in 2 days I'm going to get my monthly facial because I don't trust myself with this, so I go to a professional once a month and let her look at it for 30 minutes. No, I have literally never done drugs in my life. I did Molly one time, and I'm really mad because I didn't know if you're on an SSRI, it negates the effects of Molly. Hi, Bella! Who said what that was? I tell people you want to know what's wrong in chronological or alphabetical order. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But like, yeah, no, am I gonna get mad that someone says there's shit that's wrong with me? Am I objectively, arguably just different from the vast majority of society? Yes, that's half the reason I'm doing this stream, because I have trouble meeting people that I can converse with in real life. So I figure, here, I can talk to you guys. And if you don't like me, you can just swirl away and I don't have to worry about being annoying. I don't have to worry about annoying people. And this whole thing is just to me. And maybe, just maybe, if I do this long enough, outside of this, I might actually still behave this way in my way, the way that I am. So wait, I saw things. I've never, like I said, the only time I ever done drugs is I did like Molly once. But I was on an antidepressant, an SSRI, and that negates the effect of Molly, so I did get the hangover the next day, which sucked, but I didn't get the high. I do weed, but I always get it through dispensaries, and I have a whole ass spreadsheet that I do and research on it. I think you should know by now, like, I do a lot of research on a lot of things, so, like, if I ever say anything, I usually put a lot of time and thought into it. Unless it's kind of new, then I'm usually just stumbling through it and learning as I go. I appreciate it. But here's the thing, I would be overwhelmed on a stage. I would be, and like, I wouldn't do this on a stage. I still haven't brushed my teeth from this morning, and I still haven't done my skincare routine. That's fine. I'm just trying to explain to you, like, I do genuinely just have bad skin, and the whole purpose of this live is, like, I originally started it because I wanted to show people the beef Wellington because I had talked to them about the beef Wellington and I was assembling it. I've been too afraid to do drugs because, like, I would need to have a reliable source, and I don't know a reliable source. And then, here's the other thing. I'm bipolar. I've experienced highs that no human can ever experience. Naturally. Yeah, like mania is intense when you're in it. I don't like mania. I hate it, but it was something. And it's like, I'm not even sure, like, I don't get high from smoking weed. I just regulate myself with it. And I am honestly not even sure. And also, I'm on an antipsychotic right now, so any drugs would probably be negated because of that. So, like, literally the only thing that I'm potentially interested in doing at some point is shrooms. But one, I want to make sure I have a trip sitter for that. I don't want to just do that on my own. And two, again, I'm taking a lot of drugs right now, and I'm pretty sure the antipsychotic I'm on, which is very important, and I don't really want to stop taking because I really don't like mania. The best thing I have figured out is to managing my mania is managing my depression. Because it turns out I get, like, so depressed that my brain is like, okay, this ship is going down. We need to do something about this. And then I get manic, and she gets results. It's just not always pretty or in the best way, shape, or form. It kind of sometimes is a little messy. Wait a sec, I have ever experienced the wrestle variety. Well, good. I hope that stays that way. I don't recommend it. The delusions of grandeur. Because there's a very thin line. I am a very capable human being. I know that about myself. I know that I can teach myself anything. Everything is just knowledge and skills and resources. And as long as I can choose where to invest, I know I can teach myself anything. So I am genuinely talented, but at the same time, when I get into, and I don't think I'm better than anyone else, for the record. But when I'm in that manic mode, I get really irritated with everyone, and everything, and all of my senses are heightened. Like, I am thinking, if you guys have ADHD, it's 10 times faster than that. And you're just like, why is everyone so slow? Why doesn't people just get this? Why doesn't everyone realize that I'm always right? And then you get these delusions of grandeur where you're like thinking like you're like all of a sudden like, and if it gets bad, like it can get into that area. And then I used to try to rely on outside sources to kind of monitor it, but one, they would never catch it. And then when it happened, they would also distance themselves from me and be like, what are you talking about? Where is this coming from? You were managing it so well. And I'm like, but I told you all the signs to look for, because when you're in the thick of it, it can be really hard. I'm pretty good at catching myself if it happens. I usually can like course correct in 1 to 2 weeks, because it takes a couple days for you to realize there's a pattern. Because I've gotten very good at identifying like my triggers, my things. The summer is fucking hell for me. Summer, I get more manic. Because there's a lot, the heat overstimulates me, it flares up my POTS. My physical health impacts my mental health impacts my physical health. I also had a lot of shit happen this summer with my family. Don't recommend, 0 to 10 stars. So yeah, but no, the delusions of grandeur, because it'll make you do things that you wouldn't normally do. And I will say this, sometimes I've done stuff while I was manic that I wouldn't normally have done that I'm really happy with. Like, they were things that were good for me. Like I said, a lot of times it's just the method wasn't usually the best way, and it's like usually a little messy. But it's never, most of the time it's never actually been really bad stuff that I've done. A lot of mania is self-protective, believe it or not. Just sometimes the way it comes across isn't like it, if you have to look for the motives behind it, but a lot of times it's self-protective. And so for me, a lot of times I do stuff on that, in that headspace, but it gets dangerous when I could potentially like start destroying my relationships, especially if I start thinking I'm better than other people, which I don't, for the record, but in that headspace I do, which isn't great. Thank you for the likes and the follows. Okay. All right, I need to prep the egg whitewash. All right, so I'm gonna go melt the butter, because this thing is about to get slathered in butter and egg whitewash, or maybe egg yolk. I don't know. I need to figure that. I consider myself fortunate in the sense that the first manic episode I had was so bad that I right off the bat got diagnosed with bipolar 1. And because there's 2 types, there's one which is like, that's like what Van Gogh was, like the big grandeur, and then 2 is you usually get more hypomanic and more depression. That being said, my depression lows are so bad, because the higher the high, the lower the fall. Like, and when I got diagnosed, my psychiatrist was like, you were extremely manic. And I was like, great, you used a superlative. Doctors don't use superlatives. Fuck. But when that happened that time, the way I used to say it is like, I didn't fail the semester, but I had to do a lot of extra credit work. I ended up going out on short-term disability for burnout. To be fair, like, I had a lot of stuff going on with my family and work and COVID and isolation, and it was just a perfect storm. And I had also been using ADHD medication for 6 months without a mood stabilizer. So that also triggered things, and it was just a perfect storm of a bunch of shit happening. And I literally saw my life circling the drain. Like, I didn't hurt myself, but I lost a lot of friendships. I literally ended up like on a call with HR, like saying like, I can't do this. Like, it was a bad work situation too, but I was like, I can't do this. Like, I'm going out on short-term disability for burnout. Like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, and I could have been the next Paula Brunetti, who was the executive assistant to the CEO. And I was an executive assistant at the time. I literally had to eat crow coming back, because I was only there for a week before I got a new job, because like I just needed to come back because my disability ran out. And then I literally put in my resignation. But in a way I'm happy about that, because I I was so anxious about going back, and I was back for like 2 days. And then they were like, you didn't get a letter back from your doctor, you can't come back yet. And I was like, okay. And then Friday I literally got the approval for like my other place, and I just put in my 2 weeks notice, and they're like, yeah, good, we're fine. They really didn't want me to come back. But like I did tell them on the call, I was like, you know, I was bipolar, I was diagnosed. Like, you only get to play that card once, when you get diagnosed. After that, when you get diagnosed, like when you don't know that you're bipolar and you have a manic episode, I think you get a freebie. But then after, or at least not a freebie, but at least, you know, people can be like a little understanding. And then afterwards, it's your responsibility to manage them and try to like mitigate them and do what you can. So like I'm very, very, very cautious about my sleep and my exercise. I'll literally say, like, I go to yoga literally to not go crazy, because it's so important to managing my mental health. And also, you know, exercise is a built-in mood stabilizer, and it also helps with your sleep. And sleep is like one of the biggest things to manage with mania, because like I take stuff to help me sleep at night, because, you know, because with mania, like you'll stop sleeping, you'll stop eating. During the summer, I don't really want to eat at all, so like I have to be really careful. I always make sure I get enough protein sources. That's part of the reason I'm cooking what I'm cooking right now, because it's going to be like a good, like, I can eat them kind of like little sandwiches, and it's a good protein source. Thank you for all the lovies. Okay, I'm gonna prep doing that now so that I can move on to the next step. Okay, I need little bowls. And I mean, I'm happy to answer any, like, if I'm boring any of you guys or whatnot, but I'm happy to answer any all questions about it, especially if it's such a taboo topic. I really do think there's certain things about my bipolar that's amazing. Like, I think my writing is amazing, and I think some of my creativity is amazing, and the things that I can do when I'm in those, like, headspaces, it's a more channeled, hyper-focused ADHD, and I can harness it healthily as long as I manage it, and I can create some really amazing things, but it doesn't work within the regular 9-to-5 system. I'm going to turn off the background music. I'm just kind of not vibing on it right now. Thank you, I appreciate that. I still need to do my skincare for today. I appreciate that. I'm glad to hear they're beneficial for someone. Because, you know, I didn't have anyone when I was first started, and I'm not saying it's like I'm the end all be all. Please don't, egg yolk, please don't break, please don't break. I'm like trying to get egg washed. Oh, separate from the egg yolk. Oh, I was supposed to do that strainer trick I heard about with the beauty blender. Anyway, it would have been, I got a lot of my research from the internet, but it would have been really nice to just have someone to talk about this stuff with, and, you know, not feel so alone and just feel like you're not crazy. Right now, so what we did earlier is I prepped my beef Wellington, and it's gonna go in the oven soon. I just literally did the egg split, although I got eggshell in it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm the one eating this. I'm not gonna die. So, what is that? That is weird as hell. I think that was like some of like the inner lining or whatever. Okay, so I split it into egg white and egg yolk. And I'm gonna have to ask ChatGPT. I can just go grab my phone, then I don't have to go over to the computer. I'm gonna grab the other phone, which kind of defeats the purpose, but I'm using it to look up a recipe, and I don't really want to switch away from this. So I'm gonna toss this, clean as we go, and then at the end, the cleaning's not as terrible. Okay, I do have to go grab the other phone now, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. At the very least, because I tell people, like, I'm addicted to mobile phone games and swiping on TikTok. And even if it's taking me longer, when I get to engage with you guys, which is really fun for me. I'm literally just talking about this. So body doubling is in this case, I'm using it, like I'm letting you guys occupy my phone so that I can't use it. And theoretically what you could do is let me occupy your phone so that way you can go and do stuff. Like I'm cleaning right now and I'm cooking. So I'm about to look up what I need to do for like the egg white and stuff. I want to get that done before I take it out of the fridge because I want to leave it because I want to like leave it in the fridge for as long as possible, and I want to have everything prepped so that way when it comes out I can get it done really quick and not have to worry about it potentially like it softening out, because I want the pastry to stay cold when it goes into the oven. And I don't know what I'm doing. This is kind of all an experiment. Plus I get to be around people. I live alone, people. I like getting to talk to you guys. Yeah. And I like I said, I'm just hoping at some point maybe I can like I'm using this to benefit me, and I get to like also talk with you guys and interact with you guys. Thank you for the follows. And if you guys can somehow get a benefit out of this too, that would be amazing. I would really love this. I'm not doing this for likes and follows, although I do appreciate them. They're very much like appreciated and received. But this is really for me, because I figure if I approach this from, I'm using this to get stuff done, it doesn't matter if my videos do well, if my streams do well, and then I can just enjoy this. And if they happen to do well, that's great. But if they don't, at least I get stuff done, and I'm not gonna like get depressed when something doesn't hit. You know what I mean? Or when the followers, like it was 45 followers a minute ago, and now it says like 13 or something. And like, is a little part of me like, oh, I dropped a bunch. But the other part of me is like, but that's not why you're doing this. I need to go throw this in the microwave for like, I let it sit out for a while, but I need to let it throw in the microwave for like probably 20 seconds just to melt it out. Big kitty cat. Okay, we were talking to TikTok. Not TikTok, ChatGPT this time. That's the beauty of it. The other thing about it is I'm like, maybe if I do this, if anyone doesn't like what I'm doing, they can just swipe away. It's not like when you're in person, you kind of have to hold that person hostage. And you guys are quote unquote faceless. Like, I don't know if, it's very hard for me to see who's coming and going. So if you go, like, I'm not going to be insulted. And so I'm just like, okay, now I just get to be myself. I can just be fully myself. And maybe if I do this long enough, I might also start doing it in real life. And who knows what will happen along the way. I'm just having fun doing this, and I like getting to know you guys. Okie dokie. Have fun with my big ass double chin. That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, and so like, cause it started out with me just being like, I want to do this because I had so many things in my life that I was saying I should do. Actually, my very first one of these, which I'm gonna upload tomorrow to YouTube. It was like a 4-hour one, and literally it starts with me like, I have other shit I need to do. Should I be doing my makeup right now? No, but I want to actually look good staring in the mirror. That's literally how it all starts out, and like it goes a whole thing. And I'm just figuring shit out right now. Every day I just keep trying to do what's urgent, well, mostly, and you know, just something that can help future Reilly. And as long as I did at least a couple things to help future Reilly, I don't really need to be harping on myself that I didn't get everything done. That's also why I have my Accomplished Today notebook, which is not fully filled out right now. Okay. Oh, maybe I should have. No, but then it wouldn't have stuck together. Okay, I just need to know. All right, brush with egg wash. Butter adds flavor. Egg gives color. Egg wash alone usually wins for shine. I don't care about shine. I want taste all the way, baby. Ooh, we're gonna do garlic salt on top of this. Gonna make it kind of a garlic bread. I know I have garlic salt in somewhere. I don't want to mix this shit. Not when I already have it. Ooh, what's this? Butter garlic grill seasoning. That feels like an interesting combo. I'm gonna try that. Are you kidding me? Now I find the garlic salt. I'm still trying this other thing. Okay, so now we're gonna, okay, but if you're doing egg wash, are you supposed to use, which of the egg are you supposed to use? Are you supposed to, okay, it's at 400 degrees. Maybe I should look at the pastry sheet, what it said on the actual box. Maybe that's a better idea. Why do you not give me a temperature? 400 degrees. Okay. It says it's preheated. So, okay. Apparently I didn't need to split the egg. I don't know which one you saw, but I have two cats. I have Zeke and Socks, and they are frequent guests on the live stream, mainly because they decide that they want my attention, and when they want my attention, they, for the most part, usually get it, because why wouldn't I want to give my cats attention when they're asking for it? Okay, I want to add a little cream to this, and I guess I could add butter. Fuck it. I want to use a little bit of my hazelnut creamer that I use for my coffee because I want cream and I don't have it, and I don't trust the milk that I still have in my fridge. And for those who say, but it's got sugar and it's got hazelnut in it, it's such a small amount, I'm not gonna taste it after it bakes. I just want a little bit of cream for like the mixing effect. Okay, I also need, let me use the measuring cup. And now, see, like, there's a bunch less now. And probably because, like, I was giving these deep motivational, actually, I bet a bunch of people were staying because I was talking about all the, bipolar stuff, but whatever. So again, if I saw, like, now it's only single digits, so if I saw that and I was, like, all about this to that, I would be sad right now. And again, I'm human. It's natural that you naturally get that kind of tug in you where you're like, oh, I kind of wish. But at the same time, that's why we have cognitive behavioral therapy, and you talk yourself around and you're like, wait, and you catch yourself. They say your first thought is like what you're trained to do, and your second thought is who you really are, because that's when you catch yourself. And the hope is eventually you catch yourself so often that you catch yourself so often that you really won't, that like it'll become your trained thought. Also, I have no idea what I'm doing. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna mix it all together. I really don't care anymore. I just wanna get this done. What was that? That was weird. There was somehow egg in the thing and it cooked when it was in the microwave. Okay then. I don't just use the whisk I don't just use it for my coffees and my shakes and my other stuff. I use it for everything. I love this thing. And it's USB-C rechargeable. I hate anything with batteries. Oh my god. Well, you can just get rechargeable batteries. That's another thing. I want to just plug and play. Okay. This, like, kind of hideous looking sloth is the shit that's gonna go. I'm just gonna drizzle this beef Wellington. So. I'm gonna move this all around so people can see what I'm up to. Apologies for the motion sickness. But okay, so this is the thing I made earlier. Now, I'm gonna unwrap the plastic wrap. And the plastic wrap is gonna go live over there somewhere. And then it's still kind of mushy, but that's okay. I'm not really like, I just want to get this done. And it's gonna take a couple hours to bake. So, but it's nice and wet. And now, this brush that I got at Dollar Tree, so don't come at me with, oh, you can get like, oh, you spent all this money. It's fucking $1. Go for it, people. And I am just going to town because I love butter and fat and shit. And flavor. Butter is a fat and fat is a flavor enhancer. And honestly, I have it, so why wouldn't I use it? What am I going to do with it otherwise? It's not like I'm going to drink it. I'm just getting into all the creases. And what I'm doing compared to last time, because last time I cooked it directly on this, on the plate thing. On this time, I have it on this little razor thing. So in theory, all the schlop is just gonna, after I make sure I do a little tuck like this so that it actually doesn't go off the pan, it should, in theory, go down under the pan and not make this such a soggy mess. And hopefully make it cook faster, because it took way too long last time. Okay, I think that looks good. What do we think, people? There's actually not a ton of butter on this. A lot of this is, alright, so last time, let me just, I need to set a timer. This is like an important part of the process. I need to not, because, alright. Okay, but like, I did that. Alright, I'm gonna set it for 45 minutes because last time it took forever. And I basically was like worried the puff pastry was gonna burn because puff pastry. And then it literally, I was sitting like this in front of the stove, just watching it constantly for like 20 minutes. No, for not more than that. I don't know. I didn't keep track of time, and I'm so mad that I did, because then I would know how long is the timer for, and now I'm going to have to play this game, but I figure 45 minutes is safe. So I'm not going to do shit for 45 minutes on that. But that's my makeshift beef Wellington that I make. I made it once before. It was just, well, I mean, I stopped the early morning one and I came back to this one. Are you talking about this one that I'm doing right now? I'm getting shit done, so as long as I'm getting shit done. I mean, that's the whole point of these. Maybe talking in between a little bit, but... But I washed my dishes. I made my beef Wellington. It is in the frickin' oven. What else did I do? I did other stuff, I just don't remember. Which is not great for my accomplished today list. But it is just, that's the reason I have the accomplished today list. Because I will forget what I did during the day, and then I'll only see all the stuff I still have to do on my to-do list. And I won't do, and I will just be like, I didn't get anything done today. Meanwhile, I got like a fuck ton done, but if I don't think about it, Rhode Island. Or, wait, did you mean like a state of delusion? Because, like, that's also kind of arguable. Like, I totally... Such a shock. No, I have not. I have not heard of that. What is it about? Ow! I thought I said stop. Not you, the little... I got gunk in it now. How do I get it out? Good enough. I always say done and like on time is better. Well, actually, I stole that from someone else. Than late and perfect. And I live a lot of my life on, you know what? It's good enough, because I am such a fucking perfectionist that a lot of times my good enough is still better than other people's. And you know what? Even if it's not, it's good enough. That's the whole fucking point. I ride a fine line though, because sometimes you do good enough and then good enough just ends up being permanent. And so like with stuff that's like permanent, I try to be better and not do good enough. But stuff that's like, I'm gonna have to deal with it again in a couple days, like, is good enough. So part of me wants to be like, keep the cling wrap, environment, bullshit. Other part of me is like, Reilly, how often do you make this? How often are you to use cling wrap? Is this really worth taking up the space in your home? Because my space is finite and that is also valuable. Hot potato. I have to open my dishwasher in a very specific way, otherwise it falls apart, because I need a new dishwasher. But I also have other bills and expenses, and I'm trying to pay down debt, and technically it works, it just kind of falls apart a little bit, so... Plus, I honestly don't know. I mean, I've lived here 7 years. This is the longest I've ever lived somewhere. I love my home dearly, but I almost kind of feel like a chapter of my life might be closing. And I don't know if my next chapter is going to be here, but this place will always hold very, very, very special memories. And for now, it is still my castle. So. I'm just putting away everything so my kitchen looks nice and neat. And I'm going to show it off in a second, because now my kitchen's all clean. At least the counter area. So, I think I'm done in the kitchen now, so. Because it is clean, and I'm very excited about that. Okay, so I can unplug my phone, because I had my phone charging in the wall. Anyway, so I will now show. It's a very beautiful sight, people. Look, look, look how clean that counter is. And this is our log in the oven. That's our beautiful log. Oh, I remember Renee Zellweger. I remember her from Bridget Jones' Diary. I'm not really great with movie names. I don't watch a ton of movies. But yeah, see, it's all clean. Because I did the cleanies. And that's my dishwasher. And that little thing is so useful. and it swipes. Because I don't like the magnets that you have to flip up and down, but this is swiping, and it's so satisfying. I got it on Amazon, if you people want to know. Thank you, I'm very fortunate. The place came with it, so I have it, you know, all the way through there. And then my kitchen island's a little messy right now, and that's my kitchen island. So like this is kind of how my place is. I have like I have like a very big area here, so I put up these IKEA bookshelves here. It's so great, I love it. And then I have this thing here, which is you know, clothing stand, and I like it because it kind of keeps my living room a little bit separate from, you know, and then this is like the front entry area, and then this is my kitchen area, and that's the cat's area. But all right, so I want to flip the camera around. Okay. So, ew, my camera's mirrored. I hate this. Oh God, that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I hate seeing myself like that. Oh God, that was bad. I look so weird like that. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the lights. It's so satisfying and it's so useful. I got it for when I lived with a roommate, but honestly, it's useful for me even as someone just with ADHD because I will forget. Invite D Mata to join the live as a guest. I find him very funny, but I kind of doubt he would join if I asked him to. Otherwise I would. But maybe he would steal the spotlight because he's like a fuck. He probably has ADHD to the nth degree. Okay. Turn on some lights so that we have some light. Let there be light. Oh, my PC turned off. I have it set that if I don't use it for 2 hours, it turns off. So, ooh, accomplished today list. I get to add stuff to it. Okay, so beef Wellington. I get to write that down. Finally. What else did I do? I feel like I did so much, but like when I write it down concrete as like what it is, it turns out to be less. Just because I usually combine a lot of steps into like what I write down. Oh, that felt good. I know what I need to do. I don't want to do it. I don't even need to be wearing these. I don't know why I still am. Okay. My cup. I left my cup. I'll be right back. This is my emotional support water bottle. It lives everywhere I live. It has a straw. No, it will not really leak if it falls over. This thing is what keeps me alive and also keeps all of my documents dry. I don't trust myself. Okay. I know what I really need to do. I need to go brush my teeth, finally. Did someone send me a message on there? I was only talking to one person on WhatsApp for like a really long time, so I just deleted the app because I wasn't really talking to them. And part of me always wonders if like they sent me stuff and I just don't know. But but on my other phone, it saw the WhatsApp logo and I'm like, oh, maybe it's a message, and it just said it just said something like, oh, it's like you're logged out of WhatsApp on this because that's my old phone. Like it doesn't have a SIM card in it. At some point I will probably set it up to hook it up for filming because it has a better camera. But for now it's just, I use it when I need to change the music, which right now there's no music running, which is probably kind of boring. So let me see what a vibe I want to do. I'm definitely not going to play the song that made me cry earlier because I don't want a repeat of that on camera. I felt bad when I started crying and then people saw that and then they were like, had to Like, people come on here for happies and not for me crying. I've been in a Joey Pecoraro vibe, so you've probably been hearing him a lot, and you will continue to hear him for a while, because I'm ADHD and I get obsessed with things. All right. I don't want to go and brush my teeth, but I will. I make sure to brush them at least once a day, every day, and that is non-negotiable. Yes, should I be brushing them twice? Yes, I should be. But do I? No. And considering how much work it has taken to get me to brush my teeth even once a day, that is something I can maintain. And if I try to shame myself into saying I should do it twice a day, I'm going to stop doing it at all because I'm shaming myself. So, you do what you can. And as you clearly see, it is 8 p.m. and I'm getting to the point where I'm doing this. So, anyway, yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom where I get to do a bunch of shit. And then after I do that bunch of shit, I'm gonna do my skincare routine. And again, these are things that I make sure I do at least once a day, no matter how much I don't want to do them. The days I don't do them, I really regret it. But some days you can't handle. Yeah, like I know I have a brilliant brain. Like, I am very, very proud of my brain. I love my brain. But if my brain could also let me brush my teeth when I wanted to go brush my teeth, that would be great. Because I've been trying to get myself to brush my teeth since about 10 a.m. Hashtag ADHD. It's so fun. It's all the rage. Everybody has it, right? Right? I'm not bitter at all, she says with such a pleasant tone of voice. All right, moving on. On to the bathroom. There will be a slight flashbang involved. I apologize to all, but the lights in there are very good. Oh, they're already on. There's no flashbang involved. Okay, guys, but there's a kitty. I don't have a good way to keep him in the picture in here, though. Sorry, guys. Yeah, stay, 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 stay. I do a fuck ton for my health. I do a fuck ton for my mental and my physical health. And I just can't always do all of it in the timeline that I need to. And I need to have grace with myself and know that that's okay, because if I start shaming myself, I'm going to stop doing it. At all. And something is always better than nothing, right? Okay, I'm gonna, like, the bathroom one is right next to this, so my bathroom display. I have, like, Google Home speakers set up everywhere in my home, so that's how you can hear the music surround sound. But I haven't quite figured out how to not use the microphone on the device for lives, and it said I need, like, a wired headset. So I need to look into that because I don't own one of those, and even if I did, I really would want, like, I'll probably have to find one that has, like, a dongle. Anyway, kitty! Big kitty. That actually wasn't a cut. That was, I actually had a cystic acne in my eyebrow, which is a lot harder to heal than anywhere else on my face because I couldn't put a pimple patch on it to get it to heal properly. And I've been managing my skin like this for 6 months. Like, my skin has been this bad for 6 months, and it's just purging because I had an abscess on my cheek. And yes, he is a chunky boy, but he's mostly just big kitty. And also he has, like, these big red things on his neck right now because I just like, he has, like, this wound thing that he keeps scratching open, so I had to, like, just use the antibiotic wipe on him. And I don't use it as often as I should, but I'm trying to be better about it. I wish people would understand how hard some of us are trying, like, literally just oh my god, just to survive. Alright, let me to do something over here because I'm really tired of TikTok getting mad at me about stuff. So, toothbrush. And I actually usually rinse my teeth before I brush them so that I can get like whatever like staleness is in there out. Okay, I don't know if anyone else, this person with ADHD, gets this perverse sense of satisfaction, but I'm like I'm close to done with my toothpaste, and yeah, a lot of this hurts. It hurts less than it has in the past, and pain is relative because I have a weird pain tolerance, partially because of my past, partially because of autism, and like a weird disconnect between my body. Like I sometimes when I have anxiety, it turns out I'm actually in pain, and my body has just like, because I guess as a kid I got told so often like stop faking it, so like my body literally started making pain signals into anxiety. So sometimes when I'm like really anxious, I'm like, oh no, the reason I hold here, like I hold my neck like this because I have really stretchy skin, and if I don't, I'll somehow get like air pockets in here. It's weird, it's hard to explain. It doesn't hurt. I'm doing a very specific technique because I want to gargle and hit the back of my throat. It doesn't hurt though. But anyway, what I was saying is my perverse sense of satisfaction is I'm almost done with a tube of toothpaste, and as someone who has struggled for years to brush her teeth every day, whenever I get through a tube of toothpaste, I am so fucking excited. Like, see, I have to use my thumb at the bottom to get it out. I'm like in the last stretch. I have like probably 5 to 7 more days of this because I will squeeze it. I mean, I always make sure I have a good amount of toothpaste. I'm not gonna not brush my teeth well, but like, I am gonna get the last drop. And one thing that I do every day that is a little extra, but I really like it, is I use a tongue scraper. Because one, I brush my teeth with my tongue. I brush my tongue with my toothbrush, but like this gets so much more off it. Also, it eliminates a lot of bacteria because a lot of times when you have bad breath, it's because it's all on your tongue. And also, I've found it reduced, because of the bacteria not being on my tongue, it reduces my acid reflux. Do with that what you will. So. Okay. Thank you, by the way, for all the love yous. I was brushing my teeth, so I couldn't say it. That's why I was trying to like smile and go like this, but I didn't need to finish brushing my teeth because I've been trying to do that since 10 a.m. Alright, my hair feels kind of icky, even though I washed it yesterday. Well, no, 2 days ago. So I'm going to put some dry shampoo in it. So I found out about it, this is gonna be a little weird, but I found out about it because I used to get, like, inflamed taste buds on my tongue. And part of the reason I would get inflamed taste buds is, like, because my mouth was dirty. And so to give myself the best chance possible to not get inflamed taste buds, I started cleaning my tongue. And then I noticed all the other benefits, so I started just keep using it. I'm just purging a lot. This hurts the most. This has been, like, a recent thing that just popped up, so... But I've just been having, like, years and years of skin acne clearing out, because this thing right here was an abscess in my cheek. Like, it was deep. So, I need to put in some dry shampoo in my hairs, because this feels icky, and I don't like the way it feels. So... Yay! Got my eye. I don't usually do that, but I also don't usually do this on a live stream, so. Okay, this is... I appreciate you guys saying what you say, but I would like you to not come on to my live stream and tell me what to do with my life. I am someone who does a lot of research on a lot of things, and I have a very, very unique genetic makeup, and I have a very rare collagen mutation. I appreciate you guys helping, but I really don't like it when people come on here and tell me what to do. I enjoy people giving me feedback or giving me options or advice, but please don't tell me what to do. That's kind of the whole point of doing this, is I want to do what I want to do. So, and if you don't like it, you don't have to stay. You can just swipe away. That's the beauty of TikTok. Alright, I still have a bunch of white up here, but I don't really care. Alright, I'm muting you because I really don't like that. That's not nice. I have a very, very serious, I see doctors, I see a dermatologist, I see a facialist every month. I'm on prescription medication. I have a very elaborate, intense skincare routine I do, and you coming on here and telling me what I should do when you know none of my context and none of my history is rude. And I've muted you because of that. Thank you. You act like I'm not literally just about to do my skincare routine. It's called doing things in the right order. You're supposed to brush your teeth before you do your skincare routine because bacteria from your mouth can get on your skin, so you're supposed to wash your face after you brush your teeth. And since I started doing that, yes, I do pick, but the reason I pick is because if I don't, the scab literally starts to integrate with my skin and just become a scar. So I have to wait for the right time, and I have to kind of do it, and I try to do it like while I do my skincare routine and with exfoliants and all this other shit, but I have... You know what? Do whatever. You know what? I'm not gonna justify myself to you guys. That's not the point of this. Oil cleanser. Hi, Kenneth. If you want to assume I do drugs, by all means, that's your prerogative. But I don't appreciate you guys coming on here and saying things like that. Oh, I forgot to do this. The whole point of this is to be a judgment-free zone for everyone, you guys included. Amazon! You can just order them. Just search tongue scraper on Amazon. There's like a million of them. I think I bought a 2-pack for like $7. I really am an energy absorber. That's part of the reason I like doing the broadcast, because I am so used to, as a kid, like hypervigilance and everything, that I'm constantly like people pleasing, even if they're not saying anything, just by tone, energies, whatnot. So by having this, I can regulate it and I can be myself and not like feed off of the other. Like I will literally become a different person if someone around me is. Yeah, so. Sorry. I like had a hair on the screen and I don't want to touch my screen right now because I have oily hands. So. No, I am single. I have never been married. I have been waiting for the right person, and after the last person who literally broke me, in a good way, sort of, now in hindsight, looking back with new lens and perspective, but it... Can you guys stop talking about my skin? Because I'm literally doing my skincare routine, and it's really annoying because I'm here to connect with you guys and not be judged by you. Thanks. And before, okay. Now we're gonna use the high frequency wand because I like using it with the oil because then the oil can get really in my pores before I wash it. And also this is good for antibacterial and inflammation. And I don't do anything for my skincare. No, not at all. I haven't completely upended my entire life and do almost like an hour's worth of work a day. I don't. So I'm going to now use this little bit of electricity that I have on the highest setting all over my fucking face. I also use it on my hairline because guess what? It can help stimulate hair growth. Because guess what? If you stimulate blood flow, that's what helps your hair grow. I do a lot of skincare. I don't love doing skincare, but after we finish in the bathroom, I have my full thing and at least I'm doing it. Cause one, with the oil on it, you don't feel the electricity nearly as much, but I like using the oil because one, it helps move it, and I like using it on all these muscles back here because I have fucked up joints and a lot of fucked up muscles issues. This is called the Pure Daily Care high frequency wand. I got like the pro one that's like marketed as $199. Just wait, occasionally it goes on sale for like $99, which is only like $20 more than like the baby one below it. And I do feel like this one's better. I mainly use this little head. This one comes with a bunch, and what I ended up doing, I love this thing. My facialist used it on me and I was like, I love this because it just moves everything around. And what I ended up doing is, because like I knew so I have this is what I ended up doing. This is like a makeup holder with silicone like things, and I just have them stuck in here and attached with like 3M to the wall, because I did it this way because like if I had it put away I wouldn't do it. So now that I've done that, because like I can leave it I just leave it plugged in, I don't care, but I take the tube out because I'm worried about the glass. So I'm gonna wash this now. Everyone keeps thinking I smoke meth or something because of my skin, and I just have cystic acne. I go to a dermatologist, I'm on medication, I do really good skincare, I see a facialist every month. It's a 30-minute facial. I'm not, rich bougie, but I need to have I don't trust myself, so I let a professional handle my face once a month so I don't do any real damage, believe it or not. Okay. Now, because I have skin that hates me, I have these little towels that I make, and they're single use for every single time I do my skincare. I will use them, you know, for the multiple steps, but... Hey guys, can you stop telling me how to live my life? I've lived it for 32 years. I kind of think I know what I'm doing. All right, next step. I'm gonna do a refining peel gel exfoliant. And the reason I like to do this as opposed to another exfoliant is you cannot over exfoliate with this. So I don't have to worry about doing damage to my skin. It only removes dead skin, which is what I try to do to mitigate any picking needs, because I have not a problem with skin cell turnover. I have a problem with skin cell buildup, and my skin does not shed properly. I really like this one. It's Saturday Skin. I get it through, I think I get it through my FabFitFun like subscriptions, because I get it a little bit cheaper, but it's on Amazon for like 21 bucks, even if you buy it full price. So I like this one, but I try to get it for a deal. I think I get it for like 10 bucks or something. I also have a hypermobile jaw. I dislocated my jaw a month ago, which is half the reason the skin issues happened. If you notice where the skin issues are, it's exactly where my muscles are. So when I dislocate my jaw, my muscles get really angry and they get inflamed. That's how I get cystic acne. It's, no, if anything, this is less painful than what was before, because before it was cystic. It was underneath. I do not get, most people get acne because their skin is dirty on the top. I have inflamed and irritated muscles underneath my skin that are causing volcanoes to happen. So it's, I was at the dentist and I just went, I'm not most people. I'm so not most people in like any way, shape, or form. Like, I do not have a thyroid problem. Anyway, I'm gonna move on to this. I somehow have 100 people. It says I have over 100 people. I do not know how this happened. I'm just trying to do, that's because it's come a long way. I've spent the last 6 months doing an hour to 2 hours of skincare routine every single day for to get it to look like this. I was not even going outside amongst human beings for like 6 months because I couldn't do that. My you know, environmentally this wouldn't let me. Nope, I'm sorry. I don't judge people who do, but it's just not for me. All right, I'm gonna go back to doing this. I usually do this for 3 minutes because it says 1.5. I do it for like, I look on the clock and like right now it says like, right now, what does it say? It says 12:23. So in my head, I'm like, okay, it's probably already halfway through the minute, so I'll go till 12:26, and then I've got like 2.5 minutes. You know what? I really love that people who know nothing about my life and are only getting like a 30-second snapshot are telling me what to do about my life, people. Because, you know, by now I could have had my skincare routine done if I wasn't defending myself this whole time. Thank you. I appreciate it. I also have a rare connective tissue disorder. I have a collagen mutation. I have very stretchy skin. Anything that gets into my pores, it won't dislocate itself. It won't dislodge itself on its own. That's half the reason I have to pick sometimes. Like, I will leave something there for weeks and weeks and weeks and it will just hurt. And then I just have to go in, get it out. I go in as carefully as I can. Go in, get it out, and then just deal with the fallout. Thank you, I appreciate it. Right, but I also have a rare connective skin tissue disorder that affects like 0.05% of the population or something. So even though you know a lot about skincare, I know a lot about me. It is, it really is. I just need to keep doing this. So for like 2 minutes, I'm gonna shut up. It's distracting me because I keep feeling like I have to defend myself. which I don't really want to do, but I also don't want people to think, like, I'm trying to also educate people, and not educate as in I don't think they know, but there are so many different circumstances. You never know what someone's life is like. You never know what, I have a lot of physical and mental disabilities that I work with every single day, and that's what, and I have, you know, so many doctors and so many spreadsheets and so many supplements and so many medications that I take, and I have a really, really healthy gym routine and sleep routine and everything routine and system. So let me finish this and I'll get back to you about skincare, other stuff, because I really want to wash this off now. So, I use 2 cleansers. You ain't fooling anyone? Who are you saying? Okay, yeah. I use an oil cleanser because I really like using this, but it does not get everything, but I've really, really started to get a lot better results once I started using a double cleanse. It's not midnight, it's 8:26. Thank you. And then the other thing I use when I don't use an exfoliant in between, so I still have to do this step, is I love, love, love this stuff. It's called Pores No More Pore Purifying Cleanser from Dr. Brandt, and I really, really love it. You know what? User, whoever you're saying, I'm really not liking this. It's also not, it's rude to other people in the chat too. It's not just me you're insulting. You're like getting just messing around. I hope you're making a joke and not being insulting. I'm going to choose to take it as a joke. But I love using this because this leaves my skin feeling clean but not stripped. Which, if anyone does skincare, I am on so many meds, you have no idea. Like, you should have seen me earlier. I know, they all seem to just want to get a rise out of me. And they were getting it for a bit with the skincare stuff. So I'm going to keep doing me with this because... I have it. I actually have to be really careful with it because I have such sensitive skin. I can get tretinoin rash very, very easily. So I do use it very, very, very sparingly. My issue isn't skin cell turnover. My bigger issue is exfoliation. My skin doesn't shed itself properly. So tretinoin you really use when you don't generate enough new skin. But really, you're supposed to be using tretinoin anyway with a, there's so many comments, I can't keep up with them right now. But you're supposed to use tretinoin, like, like, ideally, I've heard, like, you use, like, tretinoin cycling. He's, like, right over here. He's literally... Okay. I am going to finish doing this because I can't touch anything because my hands are full of cleanser still. And that's part of the reason why I'm trying to explain. I am approaching this from everyone is genuinely trying to help, but I'm a very unique situation. I'm a very unique person, and I have to tweak and adjust my routine to me and my circumstances. So I appreciate the help. That's why I've only been selectively muting people, because. All right, I'm gonna finish this. Okay. All right, now that we're done with this, we are out of the bathroom in like 2 seconds, so yay. So that's part of the reason I'm a little aggressive on my face, is because I need the exfoliation. That really helps. So that's why I'm a little aggressive on my face. But you'll see with the skincare products that I now add that I use very gentle skincare products, so I actually have very, very sensitive skin, just not when I have this going on. Like, yes and no. I will go into it more. All right, I'm turning the lights off. I appreciate everyone defending me, especially. Okay, oh, by the way, you wanted to know kitty cat. I'm gonna turn the light on real quick because he's kind of taking a nap. Flip camera. See, there's Big Kitty. He was just right outside. If I let the wounds heal, that's gonna cause a whole problem because then the scar is gonna set. And right now, I have really stretchy skin. I have really stretchy pores. So right now, like this thing I got on my chin, I had like an outbreak and like overnight and I didn't have anything and like it lodged all this shit in my pores that I now need to slowly get out, which I can't just get out overnight. Like I have to very, very slowly, meticulously work at it because it's, you know, damaged. So, beauty and fashion, I appreciate your comments, but they're getting to be a bit, well, for lack of a better word, annoying. Wait, mute, I said. Mute account. I'm not even blocking her. I'm not kicking her out. I'm just muting her because I didn't want to hear it anymore. I'm sorry, guys. The whole point of this is to be me and just do my stuff. All right, so for those who were questioning, this is a hydrochloric acid that I even use before my toner because it helps. It's antibacterial. I've opened stuff on my face. I'm aware of this. Bacterial, antibacterial. All right. Okay, I wish I could mute them, but I honestly just can't keep up with it. If y'all want to think I'm using, by all means, I can't afford to use. I'm broke. Do you know how expensive that shit is? Alright, we're going in with a AHA Skin Perfecting Toner, and I like to use these little wipes, because any dirt I may have missed, this will swipe it up. If I still had any makeup on my face, this will swipe it up. So, look, you guys, I literally had an actual hole in my face 6 months, like in January, so I don't care what you guys say about my face, like, this is so much better. Alright. And I like to just use it all over here, because why the hell not? It feels good, it's like a little massage for me, I get some product over there, and then I flip it over, because it's a clean side, and then I can get more gunk. And am I doing it perfect today? No, but I also now need to go check on the beefy thing, which is the beef Wellington. I'll be right back. Yes, because people who do bake beef Wellington. So I can't tell if it's done or not, so I'm putting it on the broiler for like 3 minutes to just get a really nice sear on the top. And then I'm going to take it out and let it rest for a bit, and hopefully the juices will reabsorb. Body doubling is when you use other people to hold yourself accountable. I'm really bad. I like to play a lot of mobile phone games. I also like to swipe on TikTok, and I can't do that if my phone is live. So I'm getting things done slower, but I am getting them done, period, end of sentence, which I would not be if I was in bed on my phone. So we did the toner. Next is like one of my absolute favorite things is this water bank serum from Laneige. I am obsessed with it, and I'm going to be so sad when I run out because it's $42 a bottle, and I do not want to pay full price for it. And I got it through like a deal for like 15 bucks a bottle, and it just, you ever put something on your face and your face just goes, ah, this is so lovely. That's what this is. Also, do you think I could afford skincare if I was doing that shit? And yes, I am rough on my skin. But you know what? I also use it as a built-in lymphatic massage problem, because half my issues are because my lymphatic system doesn't like to drain itself well. Blanket statement. Going forward, I'm not addressing anything people are asking about my skin unless it is a genuine, real question, especially not if it's just a statement directed at me, because I don't do well with people telling me what to do, and I'm getting really annoyed with it, and I might stop the stream altogether if you guys keep doing this, because this is supposed to be fun for me and you guys. So, hey, now I'm gonna do my eye serum. Where's Sandman? Alright, I'll just mute him, because you know what drives people insane? When they can still hear but they can't say shit. Thank you. Oh, hi, baby. I'll give you pets in just a second. My big baby came over, for lovies. I have cystic acne. So, my muscles will, kind of like think TMJ, just a little bit more intense. And when my muscles get really inflamed, so you can actually see it's all like where my lymphatic system is, where it's like where the muscles are, where there's like a lack of drainage. So part of the reason why I'm so rough, quote unquote, is so I'm like literally doing a bunch of manual massaging, so that I can make everything flow. Which helps move stuff, which helps, like, that's where I get acne. I get acne when shit is stagnant. Thank you. Well, Jim Carrey was also ADHD, I think. Is ADHD. So, all right, I need to go grab the beef Wellington out of the oven because it's on broiler. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Well, it's not bad. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's salvageable. Yeah, it's not fun. And like, I have hypermobility, so that's where my TMJ comes from. Most people's, it comes from like, they're locked in. And mine comes from, everything can move. Like, you can see my mouth moves a lot, and I'll literally be sleeping. So anyway, exercise is good for me, but I do yoga classes twice a week because I can't do high impact stuff. So this is the beef Wellington. So I had it on broiler a little bit too long. I don't remember the exact words. It's like temporal. Thank you. I'm trying really hard. See, like, it got a little brown, but it's fine. It's fine. If I say it's fine enough. So this is the beef Wellington that I did. So now I get to like let it sit for probably about an hour because I really want the juices to like reabsorb and stuff. It really did. I have, like, when I tell you, like, I had a hole in my face 6 months, like in January. I found like an abscess in my face. And this has just been, like, the last 6 months has just been waves and waves and waves of my skin just purging itself. So, anyway, I am now using a probiotic skin supplement serum. And I don't know, it's like Greek yogurt or something. It just feels nice. But it's a little bit thicker than the other one, so. Okay, a lot of them, I smoke weed, I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't smoke anything else. But I do smoke weed, I use it a lot to regulate myself. I have a big ass spreadsheet where I research all the terpenes and all the effects and how they interact with my medication before you come for me. And all of my medical professional providers are aware from it, and I always get it from dispensaries where it's legal and has all the documentation and scientific stuff you can go into about it. And then I may or may not also look at the CDA stuff and actually download the paperwork from their website when I can after I purchase it so that I can actually do some more research about it and make sure that it's good for me. But yeah, I just use it to get high, right? Okay. Moisturizer. This is like a gel cream, and I absolutely love this stuff. She says to, well,
Okay, here's the thing. This is literally my daily skincare routine. Why would I not be saying I love all this stuff? I had a medical card. Now in Rhode Island, it's recreationally legal. So here's the way I think about it. Like, my brain is literally run on chemicals. Like, I'm not saying that to be like facetious. I can never say that word out loud, but I always want to say like facetious, but I can't say it out loud. I can never pronounce it correctly. But I know what it means, and that's what I want to say. But anyway, the way I think about it is, if my brain is run on chemicals, then I just need to do some chemistry. But in order to effectively do chemistry, I need to know what the other chemicals are involved. Like, literally, that's what I keep telling people. Like, the whole point of me doing this live stream is so I can be myself and not have to worry about, like, editing myself or monitoring myself. Like, if you don't want to be here, just swipe away. It started really badly. Like, I did not have acne all through high school, all through anything. I got my wisdom tooth surgery about 5 years ago, and that's when it started. Which for someone with a hypermobile jaw, it was not a good idea. It was like my jaw, like, cause I had an impacted, I had only one wisdom tooth on this side and I had two on this side and the bottom was impacted. So now my jaw kind of feels lopsided for me. And that's kind of why my muscles are always like, you know, messed up. And I get cystic acne because my muscles get messed up. So, for those who smoke weed, I like to use a double eye cream instead of eye drops. It keeps my eyes much more moisturized. I also just have dry eyes to begin with, but I find a moisturizer does way more than eye drops. I got a little bit too much there. Please don't go in my eye. And then if I have anything left on my skin, I just place it on these things. Whatever's still open, give it a little eye cream. Eye cream's always a little bit more juicy, quote unquote, than other stuff. So whatever I have left, I just smear around over here. You don't act like I don't see a dermatologist and have prescriptions and regularly see her, and also go to a facialist every single month, like I said, because I don't trust myself. So I go to a facialist once a month for 30 minutes and let her take a look at it, a professional. In fact, my next facial is in 2 days. I have a monthly subscription through the thing, because they have a monthly membership pass. Yeah, so like this side is like, it always feels like it kind of feels like this is like, it's like open like that, because like this side is normal on this. And so I really regret getting that wisdom tooth surgery. Like, I had never gotten one. And like I had braces, and you not apparently, like, it just wasn't good. Okay, then my nose. So some nights I would use another moisturizer, because like during the day I usually use a sunscreen. But my skin feels pretty like moist right now. So I'm not gonna add anything onto it, because if I add anything else, my skin will hate me, and then it will be like, wash everything off. And then my pores will somehow get like clogged, and then I'll get more acne, which is just so much fun. The biggest product that has made the biggest difference for me is the oil cleanser that I use first, so now doing a double cleanse. Yes, I do. I take a lot of medication for a lot of things. I'm not just ADHD. I also am bipolar. I also am on the autism spectrum. I also have other things. So anyway, I'm gonna finish. So this is something I do that nobody else does, and I just do it because, again, I have stretchy skin. So this might be a placebo effect, I don't know, but I like using a primer. It looks like this because I cut it open because I want to get the last bit out of it. I wasn't able to squeeze it out. But I use primer because it kind of like fills in my pores so that other shit can't get in there. So, and I usually try to go to ones that aren't like sticky. I usually try to go ones that like say pore filling, or I really like ones that I found this one that I absolutely love. It came in a box, and I don't buy shit full price. And this was called, it was like the Grown Alchemist Anti-Pollution Primer. And it was just so weird. It had such a weird texture and consistency. And normally I would not like that kind of stuff. And it just felt so good when you put it on. See, this is the bottle that you... And it's metal too. I don't like metal tubes. Metal tubes, it's like hard to get down to the last drop. And I can't do the cutty open thing that I do over here. Thank you guys for the loves and the follows. Okay, so I finished doing my skincare. This is like my little bucket that I have for my skincare, and then I just take everything out of the bucket, and then as I do my skincare routine, I put it back in the bucket, and then I know I've done the step. So, and the one thing I didn't do is lip balm. And I like to use just a plain old peppermint, it's a peppermint lip balm. I actually really like this one because I'm it's a beeswax one, and it's just a very simple one. Yeah, I know. I also told you I'm bipolar, I have autism, I have CPTSD, I had a fucked up childhood. Girl, if you're here for normal insane, keep scrolling. Like, keep swiping. Like, this is not the show for you. Alright. I don't want this on my desk right now, so I'm gonna go put it back where it usually lives, which is on my kitchen island. And as for, stuff, well, you missed the whole episode where I said I went to CVS earlier to pick up my prescriptions that I still need to deal with. I have physical and mental disabilities. My life is so fun. Hey! I was gonna put this away because this is just a towel and I don't want it in my bedroom. Well, hey, oh, I'm super extra spicy with like a ironically, I can't handle practically any spice. I have the biggest Irish white girl likes taste buds. That's why I'm so pasty and pale. That's also why everything on my face looks so extreme, because I am so pale that anything and everything, like any redness, like see, like it's also, it'll fade in a little bit. See how like now that I've done my skincare, it's starting to look a little less red. I really can't wait for this thing to be gone. Like, it's like, right now it's weeping, so like I keep having to like pat it. That's what I just have to do. It's my life, unfortunately. What are you gonna do? And you can call me a tweaker all you want. But, if I had tweaker money, geez, my life would be so much easier. Okay. And I'm done cooking, so I also took off my apron. Again, you can call me that. Like, and I know I'm not looking great right now, but it's 8:47 p.m. here, and I don't want to put on makeup because I just did my skincare, and I want to go to bed after this at some point, and I don't want to do skincare again. It took me literally all day. I used to actually do, so for the last 12 years, I've worked in various roles in business. I've worked in sales, I've worked in marketing, I've been an executive assistant, I have been a director of operations, I've done customer service, I've done trade shows, I've done consumer events, I've done anything and everything related to business. I have three associate's degrees now, one in general business from CCRI, Community College of Rhode Island, one in accounting from Community College of Rhode Island, one from Strayer University, which is a stupid online program that, so it's also in business administration, and I'm working on my bachelor's right now, mainly because I want that stupid paper, but right now, actively what I'm doing, don't know. No fucking clue with my life. I just keep trying to do things that I think might add up to something, so I have, you know, if you go on my link tree in my bio, I have, like, I've been uploading the lives I've been doing. I just started uploading them to YouTube. I started, like, a notebook company that's kind of just, like, ramping up now because it takes time for Index and algorithm to do something. I started a mobile notary business because I set up stuff for consulting, but consulting takes a while, and networking, and also with this skin that's healing right now, nobody's gonna want to hire this. So I just had that kind of the back burner, and in the meantime, to like drum up real cash, mobile notary, and you know, with getting laid off so many times, like over just because corporate layoffs happen, like I've gotten laid off the last 3 times in the last 5 years, regardless of how good or how much I try or how much effort I put in. So, you know, 3 times in the last 5 years, like literally just constantly having to change health insurances has not been good for my mental health, let alone anything else. So like, I'm gonna stop reading the comments because every time I read them, they get distracted, and I really want to engage with you, but every single time it's just someone commenting on my skin, and it's getting really annoying. And like giving attention to that, even just to mute it, is literally distracting from everything that I'm talking about. And I have ADHD, so I literally just forgot what I was talking about. Oh yes, I go to therapy every week. Meg and I have a great relationship. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you. My day has been good. And you know what I'm going to do now? So I have a drawer that I keep all my meds in, and because they're all standing upright like this, I write little lids on what they are so I can see. And I pay an ungodly amount for my health insurance that I get through Marketplace, because I can't fuck around with my health. I can't. So, but what I do is, because this may not be the right way to do it, but this is what I do, is I need to find the one. So this is the new citalopram I got. And I take the old bottle and I consolidate it with the new bottle. I always try to keep the newest bottle because that has the most recent up-to-date prescription on it. And I combine it, and then I put the lid back on it, and then I put it away. And that's what I call, quote unquote, processing my meds. And then this goes in the trash. And I just do that because I need things to be organized. I need things to be put away. So this is my propranolol. They did a Is this a 90-day fill? Boo! I asked for a 90-day fill and they only gave me a 1 month fill. At least they're doing it at the beginning of the month before I pack my pills for the month, so I'm gonna actually be able to fill my whole month for once instead of having to fill it halfway. Alright, so this is propranolol. This is a beta blocker. I have POTS, which means I have very poor blood circulation. Literally gravity is fighting against me. So a lot of times my heart will literally like work extra hard and like raise my heart rate to compensate for that. And so so this is a beta blocker, and that just helps like keep my heart rate down a little bit. And also it helps manage my sensory issues, because guess what, if your heart rate is not at 120, 130, you know, just standing around, your sensory issues become a lot easier to manage. Easier, not completely gone. So what do I have next? Lamictal. This is my mood stabilizer. So, see? Wait, was that the right one? Yes, it was. Ha! I still have to cut these in half. I cut them in half because I had the gastric bypass, so I don't absorb things as well. So I get the fun extra effort of, I cut these in half so they go in my morning and my evening one, so they're split. I'm gonna have to do my pills in a couple days. I am almost done with, like, my monthly pill thing is almost done. But thankfully, all my pills came in, and hopefully my subscribe and save supplements will come in time. Body doubling is using other people to hold me accountable. So I'm just getting stuff done around the house that I need to get done, but I wouldn't get it done if other people, like if I was doing other stuff. So wait, which one was the new one? This was new one. Nope. So body doubling is like, if you keep your phone open while I'm doing stuff, you can't use your phone. So you could be washing dishes, you could be doing homework, or I don't know, or not. You could scroll away. That's the beauty of this. Where is that? That's annoying. Where is that? Oh, there. Is it back there? Oh, there it is. So I get, I also get 25 milligram Lamictal mood stabilizer tablets prescribed to me. And the reason I get these prescribed to me is that during different parts of the month, my medication works better than other times. So I have to kind of, I can kind of regulate it based on like my cycle, my menstrual cycle. But so certain times of the month, I will up my mood stabilizer a little bit to like help with it. Well, welcome to bipolar. I mean, I take it before bed. So I don't know, it doesn't make me dizzy, at least when I take it at bedtime. So, this is my antipsychotic. this keeps my tether to reality in existence. A beta blocker is something to reduce your heart rate. But also, guys, if you guys want to explain correctly in my absence, please feel free to do so, because I'm also doing stuff. I'm entrusting you with this stuff. Do not abuse this power. Okay, trazodone. I use this to, trazodone I take at night. It's used in lower doses as an off-label sleeping med. So part of my bipolar is one of the most important things to managing it is my sleep. So I take these at night. I've never taken Valium, but I'm assuming like Valium is kind of like a punch in the face to fall asleep, and this is kind of like a gentle like lull. Like if I'm like super awake and not in a good headspace, this will not like make me fall asleep. So I do a lot. I do yoga twice a week, every week, because I have to be careful with what I do. I can't do high impact exercise, but I do yoga twice a week, every week, and the most important thing is it's sustainable. I go, even if I take a nap in the corner, I tell myself anything is better than nothing, and sometimes I go and I get inspired enough just going to the gym, and like I'll be more motivated, and sometimes I'm just really tired, but at least I went and like I got myself in that headspace. And the thing is the reason why I let myself actually have those naps and such is that this way I'm honoring that like that bond with myself where I say like, hey, just go, you can even take a nap in the corner. Because if I stopped, I mean, I'm only taking 2 or 3 pills. I take 3 pills in the summer because I really need to make sure I sleep, and then I take 2 pills the rest of the year. So yeah, I have a whole slew of health issues, like really. I'm just trying to educate people on what I'm taking, just in case they might be able to benefit from it in any way, shape, or form. Less so that I actually really am gonna like take any advice in terms of what medication. It's taken me a long time to get to all of these stuff, and I'm still trying to figure out like everything. I have to be extremely careful with everything that I add to my routine because there's so many moving parts. But I just put away all of my drugs that I got from the pharmacy today, so I'm gonna go throw these out. And yeah, well, I mean, imagine your heart's not going a million miles an hour. Maybe you're not gonna be so anxious. I'm not tired. My heart not going a million miles an hour. I don't have as many sensory issues, literally, because like my ear, it's not rushing in my ears. All right, I'm gonna go throw these out. Okay. Just throw this out. Okay. And you know what? I get to write stuff down on my accomplished today list. Those aren't my pupils. I have brown eyes, my dear. You can't really tell the difference between where my pupil starts and my eye begins. Also, the pupils are huge because I have this big ass bright light on. No, wait, they would make them small. Wait, why are they light then? So when I look directly on this, they look like greenish around the edge because I have central heterochromia, which means like you have 2 distinct eye rings. So I have like a olive green on the outside, which you can only really see in very bright light, and ow, that really hurts my eyes. And I have like on my inner ring around my pupil is a very dark brown. So if my pupils are bigger, my eyes look more brown. But on camera, I haven't really ever been able to get them to be like green. So, all right, so I did that. Oh, I get to write down all my skincare steps. Oh, and I brush my teeth. I write that shit down, people. It counts. It's arguably harder than a bunch of the other shit I do. Like, brushing my teeth is so much harder for me than, I don't know, completely designing and creating a website and content and brand. It's not even the medication. I'm on the autism spectrum. I just have sensory issues. It is what it is. That's all over my face. I'm assuming you're probably about to say some sort of insult with that, but you go. You do what you wanna. Alright, I did that, I did that, I did that. Oh, I get to write down that. Yay! Oh, and I get to write down that. I went to USPS earlier where I dropped off a package because I sell stuff on eBay. just stuff that I have. So I spent like 3 days and I've made like $600 over the last couple months. It's not the end all be all, but it helps. Hi, Adeline. Anyway, so I went to USPS to drop off the package, and yeah, it was only $20 that I'm making off this order, but it adds up here and there. I can't keep answering this. I have cystic acne. I don't know what to tell you. And I don't want to put makeup on right now because I'm going to go to bed in a relatively short amount of time where I don't want to put on makeup and then also have to wash it off again, because I just spent all day trying to get my skincare routine done, because okay. Something vibrated, which was an email. What was the email? Curious who viewed my LinkedIn. Interesting. So, pro tip, if none of y'all know this, if you don't, I'm 32. If you guys don't have LinkedIn Premium and someone else does, the people with LinkedIn Premium can see who you look like when you look at their page. You realize that, right? Do with that information what you will. I always keep it when I'm unemployed / right now doing the consulting thing, or theoretically trying to set it up, because I want to be able to see who sees my LinkedIn. I'm not even looking at this. Oh, thank you. I get my eyebrows done once a month, so right before I get my facial, I let someone wax my eyebrows. I've been getting them waxed ever since I was 16. They're just very thick. Again, I don't trust myself, so I let a professional handle it, because I don't want to get tweezers anywhere near there, because I don't trust myself. So, thank you. Almost perfect. I messed it up just a little bit at the end because I got distracted and I left it just a little bit too long under the broiler. But yeah, so. Damn. Alright. Anyway, so, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It looks fine. I'm letting it rest now, so like, I think I took it out like what, at 8:15, so I'm gonna like go cut. Ooh, alright, I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes, and in 15 minutes I'm gonna go cut into it and you guys can see what it looks like, if you're still here. Again, I've been starting to upload all of my live streams, the full length things, because I just don't have the energy in me to try to cut it up or whatever, just the full length onto YouTube. And I figure, you know, if someone's watching this and, you know, had to drop or something, thank you, I appreciate that. Awesome, Bella. Yeah, so thank you. I try to be. All right, I did that, and I did that. And then I can look back and I'm like, look at the stuff that I did today. Because I still have so much I need to do. I kind of like a little bit of everything. I don't really watch a lot of movies. I watch a lot of stand-up comedy and anime. Mostly like anime new releases, like the stuff that, cause it's nice. It's like one episode a week that comes out. So like I usually have like 3 to 4 shows that I watch per the new season. And then cause like I have a trouble sitting still. Can you tell? It's 9:03 p.m. where I am. Okay. This is difficult cause like depends on how you want to approach this. The anime that got me into anime through watchcartoononline.com. At the time I was like watching like Teen Titans, Young Justice, stuff like that. And then I was like looking through for things to watch, and I saw this thing called Fairy Tale, and I was like, I like fairy tales, and I clicked on it, and it was obviously not about fairy tales, but Fairy Tale, I am not married, I am single. The Fairy Tale was the anime that got me into anime, but like I've kind of outgrown that anime, if that makes sense. Like it's not something I really love anymore. It's a very good starter anime. The anime that I have probably watched the most of all time is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I love that anime. Like, I'm just talking in sheer, like, terms of volume. I have not, I watch what I watch and I don't what I don't. Oh, I forgot what the name of it is. The Villainous anime. Like, I know there's a bunch, but the original one with Katarina. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Thank you. I get them waxed once a month. They grow in like weeds. Villainous anime. Which one is it? I like, you guys, Villainous anime. Not that one. My next life as a villain is all routes lead to doom. I love that one. I love that one. So, Tiarani? I don't know what you mean by that. But yeah, I've watched this one a lot, The Irregular at Magic High School. Like, I just really liked the topics with it. Especially, like, in the second, like, I know people are gonna come at me and be like, oh, the sister love, brother love thing. One, yeah, it's a little weird, but if you actually, like, look away from that, the actual topics they discuss in the anime are really, really cool. Like, they go into some deep topics. It's just like, okay, Rick and Morty is a really deep show. If you watch it, like, if you can get past all, like, the stupid jokes, it is a deep show. There is a lot of political discourse, like, behind it, and I find shows like that amazing. I love when you can combine highbrow humor with lowbrow humor. Bert Kreischer is an amazing stand-up comic who I like, who does that same thing. He has a bunch of specials on Netflix if you need something to watch. Start with the Machine. That's the thing that got him known. Thank you guys for all the love. And, yeah, so that was just a... So, like, again, stand-up comedy because I can, like, listen to it and walk around a lot. Also just because, would love to know what you're getting done. Well, I just finished getting a lot done. If you, you just joined. I finished, so see, this is my accomplished today list, and these are all the things I got done today. So, and it's 9 p.m., so I'm letting myself have a little bit of a break. In 10 minutes, I'm going to cut into my beef Wellington, and I'm going to, that's why I write the accomplished today list. So like, see, this was before I started doing the live streams. So I started doing the live streams here, and, like, so, like, I wasn't getting a lot done. I make myself fill it out, even on the days I don't do a lot, because, like, that's also it's also an energy tracker, because I'm bipolar, so I have to track my energy. Because that's also, like, an indicator of my mental health. And then I'm so mad. This is a new notebook, so, like, it ripped. So, and then I fill it out and I make a little doodle and say it's the day. And then I have this. Thank you. I have problems and issues. So I forced myself to learn how to have neat handwriting as a kid. I would literally spend hours, like, figuring out how I remember I wanted to write the letter A like this. Like, doing it a little bit exaggerated because it's big, but I really wanted to write the letter A like that, and I wanted to write the letter F like that. And I spent so long just forcing myself to write that as a kid, and just over and over and over until it became muscle memory. That's why, like, when people are like, I want this, and part of me is always just like, I've never had a unique experience, so I did that too. I'm sorry. But that's why kind of when people are like, oh, I can't do that, I'm literally in my head going, like, you can, you just don't want to. Everybody has time, money, resources, and you can allocate resources, period. Time is a resource, money is a resource, energy is a resource. I am AI, apparently. And when you have that, you have a finite capacity, and you can only do so much in any given day. And so you have to allocate, and the cost of doing one thing means you're not going to do another thing. The cost of putting your, you can have an expensive car payment, but then don't complain to me that you can't save up for a house. You can, you'll make it work if you need to. Like, I lived with roommates all throughout my 20s. Like, from, like, 20 to 28, I always lived with roommates. And I always drove a beater that I bought cash outright, and I would buy, and because it was cash outright, I would get liability insurance or comprehensive, which is half of the cost of full coverage, and that right there, so, like, that minimized, like, $400 a month of money just for the car payment stuff. And now if you look into, like, when I was living with a roommate, my monthly costs were, like, maybe $600 for the rent, and like, maybe $100, $200 for utilities and stuff. So, like, I kept that low because, again, when you, I do not have a filter on. I did just do my skincare routine, and also the way the lighting is, I feel like it's more flattering than it actually is. Yeah, so. But yeah, so you can do whatever you want, but like, if you're spending that money on a car payment, like, fun. You know what? I'm gonna go off camera for like 2 seconds so I don't get a TikTok violation, because I'm gonna do some gardening shit that people do, but I usually just do the other stuff. My special elixir is my favorite beverage. If you want to know what it is, go to my link tree. I've uploaded it as a PDF. I'm tired of explaining it. Not because I don't like explaining it, but there's a lot of ingredients, there's a lot of steps, and this is my special elixir that keeps me alive. You can go find it in my link tree. I literally put it as a PDF. You don't have to click on anything else. This is messed up. Dude, I wish I had access to drugs like that reliably that I could actually feel safe taking. Like, I don't think people get, like, oh, you're gonna, like, people are gonna give away drugs and whatnot. Drugs are expensive. What do people not get about this? It probably is, and I'm trying to heal them up as best I can, but I also don't like putting makeup on them a lot because that makes it take longer to heal. And yeah, they look like this, but I also just did my skincare routine, and I mean, you can only do what you can do. This is like weeping that I just try to like powder up. I also like using this stuff. It's Zero Sebum that helps with like any weeping. I get it for like, I don't know, like $8 on Amazon or something. And it's like, just helps with like mattifying and stuff. Like if you have, so I just use this a little bit to help with those areas that get a little angry. Have I tried acne stickers? You mean these? Have I tried acne stickers, girl? I do use them, but like, I can literally put an acne patch on this, and in 30 minutes it will be full. So. I keep seeing like, I see like these TikTok videos or whatever, and someone's like right around Halloween, and it's always like adults who are like stoned, and they're like, dude, did like, you ever get any of the drugs? Like, where are they? We got promised them, bro. Nah. I have a personality. It's very colorful and all over the place, but yeah. Thanks. All right, I'm gonna go off camera for realsies because I was only doing like the vapey thing with that's in my little hand, but I want to go actually do the thing because anything with fire has a different like relaxation effect on me, and it's kind of like my way when I do that at the end of the day, usually like of saying like, okay, we did enough thingies now. Oh, wait, I'm gonna take you guys, I'm gonna take you guys with me, and I'm gonna do it off camera because then I can show you the beef Wellington because it's almost done. I said I was gonna let it sit for an hour. Thank you for the follows and the loves and the likes. Okay, so this is the beef Wellington that I did. Well, makeshift beef Wellington. I did a caramelized onion jam instead of mushrooms. So, yeah. Turn on the light. I need a big cutting board. Now, I cooked this on a baking sheet, thank God. So I can move it, just lift it. This became wider than I thought it would. Okay. Now, because there is a crust involved, I'm gonna use a bread knife. Yes, it is a little dirty, I need to clean it, but you know what? I'm the one eating this, and I don't really care. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I maybe might need to use less onions next time, though.
Yeah. Okay, guys, this is what it looked like. This is how it came out. So this is the caramelized onion jam. Oh, this needs to go back in the oven. This is what happened last time. Fuck. Okay. The pastry isn't fully cooked. This is exactly what happened last time. I let it sit, and I let it sit, and then I had to put it back in the oven. Which means I need another baking thing. What did someone say? It's sad, but even ADHD meds can do this to so much. You know what? I'm just gonna let the people spout the nonsense. I can't deal with it anymore. You guys, I'll have you know, I will literally take ADHD meds and then go take a nap because it's finally calmed my system the fuck down. Now, it looks great, but what happened is, and it's maybe not bad that some of the liquid released, but the puff pastry is not cooked. So, I'm gonna have to put it back in the oven because it's a soggy mess. So, good news is, cutting it open might have gotten rid of a lot of the liquids, which might make the puff pastry actually cook now. But this is exactly what happened last time. Good news is, I remembered it was 45 minutes that I cooked this. So I'm gonna shove it back in for about 30. And the good news is I still have the pizza stone in there, which helps keep the heat and helps keep it good. So I had it at about 400. Let's do this, and I'm gonna set a 30-minute timer. God damn it, I really wanted this to be done. I'll set a 20-minute timer. 25. Okay, and because I complained about this, I'm gonna cut this. Yeah, I have to throw it back in. The puff pastry didn't cook enough. C'est la vie. I'm just making a note this time of what the time, because last time I just stood in front of the oven like this, setting the timer for 5 minutes, because I was so worried about burning the pastry. And ironically, I did burn the pastry and it's still not cooked. That's ADHD for you. Well, that's me for you. I'm not gonna blame this on ADHD. This is 100% a Reilly thing. Okay, I'm gonna wash the things that I just made dirty. We clean as we go, people, so that way the mess stays smaller. Alright. Well, that was anticlimactic. Alright, well, I guess you saw what I'm doing. You see that the beef Wellington that I kept talking about is real, at least. So, why do I feel like I'm actually there? Like you're speaking right to me. Okay, well, that timer went up. Alright, you guys, haha, you can't see over here. This is perfect. I'm gonna be over here in this part of the camera. Hey, I want the watery things. The special elixir, the thing that keeps me alive. Here's the thing. This is all natural. I don't need to do drugs because my brain makes the drugs for me. It's just so fun. Good night, Tay. It was lovely having you here. I hope you have a good night and get some good sleep. No, I live alone. I'm very fortunate. I own a 2-bedroom condo. I did live here for 5 years with a roommate prior to this. And I really, really love my home. But after she moved out, I was working from home. And prior to her moving out, I was working and sleeping in the same room. And that really did a number on my mental health. So even though it was essentially an $8,000 a gift year to me, kind of, I did it for me. Like that was a gift for me. Giving up the rent from a roommate was a big gift for me. Did someone knock on my door? No, that was probably upstairs. But I live in it, like, again, it's an apartment style, like there's 20 units, and I bought it in 2018. I bought it immediately knowing I was gonna move in with a roommate, but I couldn't afford 1 bedroom on my own. And if I was gonna have a roommate again, I wanted to be the landlord, because the roommate situation I left was, like, I'd always had roommates, but, like, the landlord has final say. people can outvote, 1-to-1 people can outvote you. And I was always a good landlord, like, but a lot of other people are shitty. So like, I just wanted to be able to like handle all of it. And thank God, because I could not afford to live here if I did not have a mortgage on this place. Thank you. Also, for the haters, I did it all myself. I've been actively working since I was 18. It was only a $5,000 down payment for my place at the time in 2018, because that was before the housing prices went up like crazy, and it was literally everything I scraped together. And I was 25 at the time. But yeah, like, so there are ways to do it, although it's much harder now, obviously, because the housing prices. But like again, I got a roommate and moved in with someone. Like, theoretically, you could buy a place and then get a roommate to support you, because a lot of people need good places. I'm also kind of at that age now where it doesn't make sense, but like when you're in your 20s, fuck living alone in your 20s. You need the money more than you need that. The money you get in your 20s, like every single dollar you spend in your 20s is worth like double, triple in your 30s and 40s. So no, I didn't get a friend. I very, very, very specifically made sure, like, I met this person through, I think it was like Truly at the time, was like a website for renting roommates, or for finding roommates. And no. I always refused to live with friends. I was like, no, the friendship will get destroyed. Because when it's business, that's why I wanted to be the landlord, because when it's business, like, it's just business. So, hi, Baba. What? One second. I want to show you off to the peoples, because I keep telling them about you. He's not going to tolerate this very long. He does not like being held. You went down? Okay, we went down. Here, 2 for the price of 1. The other one came over. And this is my other cat. He weighs 28 pounds, so it's a little harder to hold him for longer. But he's my big baby. I don't know. He doesn't even eat all of his food every day. And I like have him measured out. He's just big kitty. I'm pretty sure he's a Maine Coon. He is. He's just a little baby. Give me 1 second. He'll stay here. Here. You guys can look at the kitty. Well, I do stuff for me. How does that sound? His name is Zeke, but I call him Kitten mostly because I took him home when he was 4 pounds. He was 12 weeks old. And his mom was an 8-pound calico cat. I know because my friend fostered, well, ex-friend, but fostered the mom cat, and like I've known him since he was 3 days old, and I got to see him like several times before I adopted him. So, oh, you have a cat named Zeke. I love that. Okay, so at the time my friend had had named all the kittens like Star Wars names, and he had named this one Zeb for some reason. And I didn't like that name, but for some reason Zeb was like, I was like, but I like Zeke. And that's how I came up with this name. But he is such a handsome man. Let me see if I can like make the camera lower, because he's the star of the show right now. He's got like this, you can't really see it, but he's got like this huge red thing on his neck, because like his mommy, he picks at his skin. So I just, literally today, where is it? Did the, he like scratches at it, so it's these they're antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial like things that I got at the vet, and he like scratches it. So like today, like it got scratched open a bit, so I was like, let me take advantage and use some of this. I can't use it all the time because he runs for me, and I don't want him to start hating it too much, because then like it'll stress him out, and stress is bad for the cats too. So it's a mix of like trying to get him what he needs, and also, you know, mental health and physical cat applies for cats too. Just FYI. Cats really need a safe, stable home. Yeah. But no, I literally went to the doctor and they gave him a shot. They gave him like an antibiotic shot, because I was like, I didn't really trust myself to do this well enough, and I was like, fine. It was like $100. And he still kept doing it. So like,
He's probably gonna, next appointment, gonna shame me again if it's still there, which I really hope it won't be. Oh, thank you. I've spent a lot of time really educating myself because I don't really have a support system, but I know that I can fix anything if I approach it from like logic, a point of logic. I approach like, why is something happening? What's the problem? If you really want to get to know more of my vibe and how I am, if you go on my link tree, my website, like my website that I've been building is the very bottom one. It's called Fit Systems. And you'll kind of get a vibe of how I do things and how I build systems, because I like to become very, very informed about the subject in all different ways and analyze all the different options and all the this and compare it against what I need and my needs and whatnot. And then forget everything that I don't need and just make a system and remember what I do need and make a system that works and do it once very, very well, so you have something that is simple to use, easy to maintain, and you'll actually keep using it, because if you try to overcomplicate anything, you're never gonna fucking do it. So, oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. I work so hard. I really, really do. But right now I am not able to hold a full-time job. I really am working on that. But if you, again, I'm not trying to like drive you guys traffic-wise to my website or anything. I'm just saying if you want to take a look, like that's what I've been doing the last 6 months, trying to build something for myself, something that feels like it'll actually last. And my hope is like if I can build a couple different income streams, like maybe 5 or 6, and each one brings in, I don't know, $1,000 a month, that's enough to pay the bills. And I feel a lot more safe on that, because if I lose one platform or money or something, then it's only $1,000 that I have to somehow now make up for in somewhere else. And it's not perfect, but I just keep trying to do the next best thing. So I'm gonna go put this away, because we put things away as we use them, so that way I've been keeping it on the kitchen island. I also keep next on my kitchen island, for example, this is an example of like working with myself. I'm allergic to my cat, so occasionally I will spray this. It's cat allergy stuff after I brush them, but I will also occasionally, if they start to smell, use this. This is waterless cat shampoo. And again, you can just get this stuff on Amazon. And I just keep it there because if I have to, hi Dre! No, I just talk fast. But I keep these out because if I am like doing something with them and by the time I walk away to go get it, they're gonna have been fucked off, and I need to kind of catch them when they're in like kind of the right mood. So just having them ready on hand that I can just snag. Is it a little unattractive and cluttery of my space? Yes, but sometimes I need to balance also getting shit done. It's all good. Well, I had to put the beef Wellington back in the thing. The puff pastry didn't finish cooking. I cut it open and it looks beautiful, but it's back in the oven right now. Oh, thank you for, what is that? Oh, I hurt you. Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm still new to all this live stuff. This is only like 1 week in. I just naturally like this. But anyway, you have Kitty. I'm gonna put these away. These are Kitty things, which I'm not gonna use because I already did the antibiotic wipe on him today and he didn't really love that, but it was necessary. No, this is the second time I made it, but I changed up. Last time I made it, I didn't keep track of the time I needed to keep it in the oven. I just kept every 5 minutes because I was worried the pastry would burn. It turned out it needed a fuck ton of time and I didn't remember how long I put it in. So I put it in for 45 minutes this time and I took it out and I let it sit and rest for an hour and then I cut it in and the puff pastry wasn't cooked, so I threw it back in for 25 minutes and then I'm gonna check on it again and we'll see what happens. I made it one more time before this, but I also tweak and adjust things every single time I cook and make them because I want to try and see if I can make it a bit differently and maybe this will be different. Like cooking is just science and just trial and error. Like people getting good recipes is because they tweaked and refined and they just kept trying it over and over and kept doing stuff. This is the second time I make it. Last time I used less caramelized onion jam. I think I might need to use a little bit more than the first time, but a little bit less than the second time because the second one I think it had too much water. But I'm just figuring all this out. Yeah, like it's like any cooking recipe. You just add stuff, take stuff out, however you want. But I'm gonna go put these away because I said that like 3 times now. You can stare at the cat while I go do things that TikTok doesn't allow off camera. Can you explain body doubling again? Body doubling? Oh, thank you. Body doubling is using the camera to hold you accountable. So earlier on this stream, I finished like cleaning my stuff over here. I prepped my beef Wellington. I cooked it. I brushed my teeth, I did my skincare routine. I'd been putting that off all day, and the reason I did that is because I had kind of quote-unquote people holding me accountable off across the screen. Also, I can't be scrolling on TikTok, I can't be playing a mobile phone game, and the idea being, in theory, if you guys stay, is that if you want to get stuff done, you can keep me as the blocking of your phone, and you can get stuff done while I just talk. Exactly, and another thing that I find with cooking, a lot of it is pattern recognition, like just recognizing what ingredients go together, because then you'll start, if you go on my link tree, it's the very bottom link. So my link tree is in my TikTok bio, and it has everything kind of listed there. Again, I'm not trying to like push anything, but like it also has my elixir recipe that I've added as a PDF. It's just, I'm just trying to do it because a lot of times I explain stuff a lot on here, and I'm trying to find a way to like redirect people so that I'm not constantly explaining the same thing and also not repeating to people. It's really not me trying to push anything. I really hate feeling like I'm like marketing or stuff, which is ironic because I need to make money for a living, theoretically, because I'm unemployed right now. But like, well, I'm not unemployed, I'm starting a business, or I'm figuring it out. But like, in theory, I should be promoting, I should be pushing, because like, but I don't want to because I hate when people do that. The whole point of this is engagement and doing stuff. Oh, I need to replace it then. Hey, come with me right now, I'll go replace it. Let me see if I can figure it out. This is all new to me. I uploaded it to my website, but then I think I changed it because I got paranoid and I added like a legal disclaimer onto it where it's basically like, this is not medical advice, because I'm terrified of like someone like, so like I love sharing, but like people are crazy, so I got scared and I made a new one and I uploaded it to my website, but maybe the link in my link tree like got fucked up. So I've also never designed a website before this year. I just kind of started doing it and I figured I'll learn as I go, which is okay. It brings up your website, but it says the page isn't available. Is that the, all right, actually this is super useful. Is that the Fit Systems link or the PDF link? What's your opinion? Fit Systems, okay. Let's try this. That should be working. Let me try this. Okay. Okay, I don't know if it maybe is working because when I click on it, I'm not an expert on anything, trust me. And I will always say, anything I say, please go and do your own research. Do not just blanket take anything I say. Like, I am a very specific, unique person, unique case. I give you my experience, I give you what I do for my experience, and then say, hey, use this, what you know about your life and your stuff, and do your own research. I've given you now an idea that you didn't know about before, because I'm talking about something you don't know what you don't know. But what applies to what's goose for the goose is not good for the gander. So do your own research. Always do your own research. Anything anyone tells you, because you never know. Well, the purpose was getting stuff done. I guess I should change that now. But now I've just been kind of finishing up what I've been doing, and because I've been like, well, right now I'm fixing my website, kind of. I'm figuring it out, I think. Okay, the PDF thing is not working. Okay, I think I know why. I think I can fix this. Give me like 20 seconds. Can one of y'all explain body doubling for her? Or him? I can't tell what the, I don't want to insult anyone, or binary, I don't know, you know what I mean. That's not the, no, that's not good, that's not good, that's not what I need. Okay, what the hell? Alright, I'm working on it. Yeah, basically. I can't doom scroll, I can't play on my phone. I'm getting stuff done, even if it's slower. It's better than just sitting in my bed. Alright, it was great having you here, Gordon. I hope you have a good night. I hope you get a good night's sleep. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. No. He like came over and I like turned around right as he came over and like I whacked him in the head. But he comes up on the desk. Big other cat. What's going on? Why is it saying, oh, it's because I didn't move anything. Like it's like making sure that I'm still here. Bye. Yeah, I did. Well, socks will come up on the desk because he can fit, and he can be protected. He also has because the other one will eat all of his food, and I feed them a mix of 2 types of food. One is like a dental food that they really like, that's kind of like a treat, which is Socks' preferred food, but the other cat also likes it, so I have a little tiny portion of food right here that I keep on my desk for my little cat so that he doesn't starve to death. So because my big cat will eat everything, but because I feed them 2 types of food, the other food is like a higher nutrition food. And well, I already got them done. Like this is the end of the stream. I've been live for a while now. Yeah, so I just keep it up here so that way I want to make sure that he gets food, and I can't afford the expensive feeders to like keep them out. And honestly, the cat that needs the expensive feeder is Socks, and Socks refuses to wear anything around his neck, and they haven't made a microchip one yet, so yeah. I just wanted something to kind of keep the food off my desk, because there are crumbs, but just at least have a little central place. They're actually apparently like paint dishes that I got on Amazon, so like I got like a 10-pack. Okay, I'm trying to fix the Elixir PDF thing. One sec. Maybe I need the back thing? Maybe I do need this. I've never designed a website before, guys. This is my first website. I did it through Squarespace. Bye, Bella. Have a good night. Hi, Bubba. Maybe this is what I need to copy. Let's try this. Alright, let's try this now. Refresh. Try it now. It should work. Body doubling is I'm using you guys to hold myself accountable. So I can't use my phone if I'm using it to live stream. So I can't scroll on my phone on TikTok. I can't play like my mobile phone games that I'm addicted to. So even though, and right now I'm using it to engage with you guys because I live alone, and this has been really nice for me to get to talk to you guys. And I've also done a lot today already, so like I'm kind of at the tail end of it, but even if I'm talking, I'm getting stuff done more than, exactly, it's just kind of like the pressure of like, and again, for me, it's not even the pressure, because like I will straight up just sit here and be like, yeah, I really should. You know what? Noted. That's what sticky note is for. I'm writing down make a body. I'm gonna like, I might add something on my link tree and be like, what is body doubling? Here, go. Or something. I don't know. I'm figuring this out. I just come up with ideas and then I execute. So, hey, I got stuff done today. Look at the list. I got stuff done. What was I going to write down? The whole thing about what is body doubling. Also, who cares if I talk shit? You guys seem to enjoy it. You're still here. Also, yes, what are all the symbol letters behind your name? How many different certifications do you have? And do you have them because you lack experience? Because I've noticed that is a trend sometimes. See, I have almost no credentials or certifications because I've spent my entire time just actually working in business and just figuring shit out as I go. And I'm not saying that to shame anyone. I think certs are great, but I also have worked with plenty of people that have, like, they literally just rely on the fact that they have certs. I know I'm weird. I am super weird. I have never said I'm not weird. Why would you say that? Like, obviously I'm weird. Would you be watching me if I was normal? If I was normal, I'd be boring. So I have a Master's of Science Strength and Conditioning Coach for Strength and Conditioning Coach for Gem Pop and Tactical. So what do you mean by Strength and Conditioning Coach? Do you mean literally as in like strength and muscle development, and it's like sports science, or is it? I'm 32. Oh, thank you for the lovies. Exactly. Normal is boring, in my opinion. What is body doubling? I didn't even finish writing the word. To be fair, I'm talking to you guys and petting a cat because the cat is here and he wants the lovies. You guys asked if socks, if I don't give lovies on socks. I give lovies on socks, but in a very different way. He comes and finds them when he needs. He'll come in my bed when I'm sitting down here at the desk, and Zeke usually comes find me when I'm running back and forth and doing stuff, as well as specific sorts needs, as well as in general guidelines. Interesting. The closest I would know is my chiropractor. I do see him every other week. He is a sports chiropractor. I specifically see him because I have hypermobility. So we're gonna go on an adventure. We have to leave the cat because I have to go check on my beef Wellington and hope it's done. I'm so ready for it to be done. I don't want to do this anymore. Okay. That looks better at least. That's still so... Ugh. So this is why I really needed to let it cool longer. The puff pastry kind of schlooped, and on the sides where it schlooped, it's all done. It's all gooey. Alright, I'm putting it back in the oven for another 10 minutes, and then I don't know if I trust the puff pastry not to be terrible on all the other areas. 13 minutes. 13 minutes. By the way, for anyone wondering how I just talk like this is literally just verbatim, brain to mouth. There is no filter. That is what ADHD is. Having no filter, things just come out. And when people are like, what's it like to have ADHD? Never not thinking about something. The concept of nothing does not exist. Oh, cool. Yeah, I was, I bought, I bought it as a sheet. This was freezer stuff, but I let it sit in the fridge too long, and after the freezer, and look, I put it off all day. As for the thing, well, I was saying, I don't know if you heard this earlier, but my chiropractor, he works with gymnasts and all those other sports people, and he calls me his most bendy client, because I'm very bendy. Interesting. I can't do anything with high impact because of my joints, and I'm trying not to show off party tricks, but I can do really well yoga, but part of me would love to show it off, but the other part of me is is that technically starting to get into what the here? Well, while he explains, I want to do a bend anyway, just because I want to. And that's what yoga looks like for 4.5 years. So,
I get ear infections at the drop of a hat, so no, but I do yoga class twice a week. I go Wednesday evenings and I go Saturday mornings. I've been going for 4.5 years, and it is very, very good for me. I have to wear knee braces, I have to wear a back brace when I do it, but it's really good. It's kind of like built-in dialectical behavior therapy, in my opinion, because like it's a lot of breath work, it's a lot of being in touch with your body, it's a lot of grounding. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave this out of the camera if he wants to reply or not, but I still haven't taken my hit. So for those who are like, are you a drug addict? If I could remember to consistently take the drugs, maybe. Oh sweet, it's still pre-packed a bit from last time, so I don't have to fill it up. Yeah! It's the little things, people. Oh shit, I didn't set a timer. Let's just say 10 minutes. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, the vast majority of research on female anything is incredibly limited. Just because, you know, for so much time, I was taking a hit, but I don't really want to get like blocked off of TikTok, so I did it off camera. And I'd been saying I was going to take a hit for like, I don't know, a while, and I kept talking to you guys, which I like. I like talking to you guys, but I wanted to take a hit of gardening. I would love, like, part of me thinks like it would be so amazing to like do jiu-jitsu, but I cannot do anything. Like, I can't even do weights because that's impact. So I do yoga, and in the not summer, I do hiking. Up until recently, I felt really unsafe. I was hiking with other people and hiking alone, so I'm gonna have to do my research and buy some stuff so that I can go hiking alone, because I really miss hiking, and that was like a really important part of my exercise routine. So, I mean, again, I can't because of my joints. Like, I have to be super careful. Like, I am wearing a back brace right now to like help with my hips, and these are actually compression stockings. So like compression stocks, but they go all the way up, which I can wear sometimes instead of knee braces to help like stabilize my knee. And I'm also like not walking around a lot today, so I can wear this. But so I do a lot to like manage my stuff because I don't like being in pain. So, how much time? I have 8 minutes left, so I'm gonna move away from the kitchen. Because so most people have joints that hold them together, and I don't. I have EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is, I'm not officially diagnosed, but that's because getting diagnosed with it is so hard, and every single time I go to the doctors, they keep saying, but it's benign. And then when I come in I'm in pain, they've said to me, well, you're clearly being hysterical, and it's your bipolar. And I've come in completely rational, and they've said, well, you clearly aren't in any pain, so it's benign. So they didn't even do fucking blood work testing. What I have, 12 of the 13 variants have genetic markers, and I very likely have one of the 12 variants that have a genetic marker, and you could test it with blood testing, and they didn't because they thought I was just trying to get attention. So, I do not have official diagnosis for it, but what it is a collagen mutation that makes you really, really stretchy. So I have really stretchy skin, and I'm very bendy, and I can do shit like this. And there's a bunch of other shit I can do, but I'm not supposed to because it's really bad for me.
And so this brace I wear because this helps like keep, it kind of helps keeps like the blood flow moving and not get trapped here in my lower back, which helps prevent back pain. And like my knee brace is like just, my knees just want to go fucking everywhere. And because I can't do impact, I have to very, very slowly build up muscle, which is why I put creatine in my morning coffees, just a little bit. And also there's a lot of research done on that, on creatine in the health community. So like it's moved from the sports community to the health community. Like they're doing research on it on Parkinson's and stuff. So that's interesting. Again, do your own research, but this is just what I've read. So I've been doing that. So when I do yoga and everything, it's a very, very slow muscle development. Like I do have a little bit, like it's not bad, but it's not like it's very slow. And I don't mind. Like I'm happy with how I am. Is it a little annoying with the braces in the summer because it's hot? Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing, but I don't mind it. And it's more just like when I'm at home, I kind of dress like a video game character sometimes. And the thing with the braces is I do feel like it sexualizes me somewhat sometimes because of the way it like tightens and like shapes everything. Because when I'm wearing braces, a lot of times I don't want to wear other stuff on top of it because it's hot. So I just kind of am always a little like, and then I feel like it makes people really notice me a lot. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I'm pretty noticeable no matter what happens, even when I don't open my mouth. So, yeah. No, it's not like being double jointed. You can be double jointed and be bendy, but, for me, it's I'm stretchy is the best way to put it. Like, stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Yeah, so for example, I can show you kind of one thing that maybe, so like if I do a bend down like this, I will start up here just like everyone else, but if I just let myself slowly go, I will go all the way fully down. And like I couldn't, and like theoretically people are like, oh, you could be a gymnast or whatever. Like, no, I have no support anywhere here. My shoulder, so my biggest joint issues are my jaw, like my entire spine, my entire rib cage, especially right here where it like sits on my head, my knees, my pelvic bones. So these like to wrap inwards a lot, so like that can really hurt, which can affect my knees, or my knees can affect my hips. That's why part of the reason I wear this. So I mean, I can now, but like if I do a squat, like I go all the way down, and I can literally walk on my tiptoes. I had one family member be like, can you do it on your point? And I was like, no, but even professional ballerinas can't. They have point shoots for that. So, what did someone say? Does it pop out sometimes? Yes, it does. It hurts, like, a lot. Also, like, I have to pop my own ribs back in all the time. That is why I see a chiropractor religiously every 2 weeks. It is rain or shine, it is scheduled. I can be feeling like absolute garbage and not even fucking want to do anything that day, and I will still somehow drag myself to my chiropractor appointment because he doesn't just do adjustments. We do other stuff. Like he does dry needling on me with electric stim, and he does other stuff. And he's been working with me for 3 years, ever since I had a car accident where I got sideways whiplash. That was fun. Again, because I'm hypermobile. A car impact that shouldn't affect anybody. Their nose of the car hit my driver's side mirror. Like, there is no buffer there in a car. It's not like when you get rear-ended and you get whiplash. It was side, and so like my head went sideways. And the only reason we actually know this is because I had gotten x-rays done like 2 years prior for previous chiropractors. So, yes and no. The biggest solution I recommend, just hands down, so this is a brand called Live a Clean that I like. If for pimple patches, they're way cheap. They're on Amazon. They're way cheaper than like Mighty Patch. And I use, so if you buy them, and when I want to, because it does two things. it prevents you from picking because there's something on top of it. So I'll probably might actually do a round of putting these on tonight. I just don't like having to deal with it in the morning because I really is, for me, I have cystic acne, so there really will be pus. There will be like a lot. It will be more work in the morning for me. But if you wear these, these have salicylic acid in them, tea tree oil, as well as hydrochloride, so it's going to pull out all that stuff and it's going to really target it at the base. And then also, at least for me, when I take them off, it's so disgusting what's underneath that I just feel like I have to clean my face, so which is, you know, doubly helpful. So, oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, so it's called Liva Clean, and they're cheaper on Amazon, because I used to go by Mighty Patch because I liked their product, but I actually like these. They stick well. And what I really like is they like have it comes with like the overnight ones and then these huge ones. Like, so for a while I was just like slapping a whole one on my face when it was really bad. So, but yeah, these mean you can't pick at them. And I just have a boatload of them because when I do need to use them, I go through a bunch at a time because I have cystic acne. But yeah, these are my biggest recommendation. And the only reason I specifically recommend this brand is I like that these are clear so you can actually see when it's full. Versus like any of the ones that are like black or whatnot, like you can never tell. And then also I just like the way these feel. I'm usually sensitive to smells, but I don't mind the way these smell. I actually like it. I like the way these feel. I think they were like 10 bucks a box or something, and you get a lot. So you get, I think you get like 4 or 5 of the big squares, and then you get these like long ones, these long ones that you can cut up. And then a bunch of these, and you get day ones and night ones, versus like Mighty Patch, you get like what, 4 of these, and it's like 12 bucks. I paid for them for so long, and then I questioned myself. I'm like, why am I paying so much for these? So yeah, I like these better just because I can see it looks a little bit more disgusting to other people, but like this way at least I know if it's. This way, at least I know, like, I don't want to take them off prematurely. All right, I'm gonna go take out the beef Wellington, whether it's done or not at this point, because the residual heat of it just sitting there should continue baking the crust of these in theory. Also, I don't want to do this anymore. So, high probability this is what's going to happen. I'm going to let that sit for about an hour, maybe an hour or two. Right before I go to bed, I'm going to be like, fuck, I need to put that away. And I'm just going to grab a big-ass Tupperware container, and I'm just going to shove it in the big-ass Tupperware container and deal with it tomorrow. I'm respectfully, I'm not answering those anymore tonight. Okay, that's out. Well, I got a lot of stuff done today, and I'm really, really happy about that, but I have been live for quite some time now, and I've really enjoyed this time with you, and I do love having so many viewers on, but I know I'm going to crash in a bit after I end this live, because you guys do kind of give me energy, and I want to have energy for tomorrow, and you know what, I think I want to watch an episode of anime now that I've gotten all this stuff done. So I hope you guys have a really great rest of your night. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you got some work done too, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.